Welcome to Twist Talk Season 2.
Where we discuss the Japanese game Twisted Wonderland.
This season, we will be focusing more on gameplay, but still have theories, headcanons, and other random nonsense, as always.
And for the sake of spoilers within our podcast, we will only be discussing the international release instead of the Japanese release.
Hi, my name's Kaden, and my pronouns are I don't give a fuck.
My name is Wonder, and I use any pronouns.
Hold on, I have to burp.
Who's introing this episode?
Yeah, we didn't decide that before we...
Oops.
Oh, I'm not sure if you guys heard what I just said, but the recording definitely picked it up.
I heard what you said.
Okay, good. I can intro.
Okay. I was just brushing past it because I didn't want to acknowledge it. I'm leaving this all in, by the way.
I know you
course.
are.
Obviously, we expect nothing less.
I honestly, it felt like as soon as we clapped, I thought I was going to burp. I have been chugging root beer. That is why.
Oh, root beer.
Yeah. Anyway, welcome to Book 5, Part 2. Hopefully you already listened to Book 5, Part 1.
What if we just release these out of order? Like, what if we start with part 2 and then do part 1?
No. No.
You don't want
Sorry.
to keep them on their toes, see if they actually read the title or whatever auto-generated thing Spotify puts on there now?
No. Yeah, so, we ended at chapter 33
That
last
seemed right.
episode. Huh?
That number seems right, 33.
Yeah, 33 with Mickey. But now we're waking up. Talissa's gonna take the reign on this one because
Oh gosh, I gotta actually find it in the bullet points.
Wonder.
I read it, but,
Yeah.
I don't know why. I just didn't take notes this time. I feel bad. I meant to.
It's fine.
I just forgot.
I should have separated
I-
these. It's just a big
I-
mass.
I didn't read it. I read our first part and then I didn't read it. I mean, I read up until chapter 42. Teehee.
Hey, that's pretty far.
Yeah. I mean, I do remember most of it after that, so. And I have the wiki up. Just kind of go through it. Make sure we don't miss anything.
Okay, I think I found where we are in the bullet points just because I found one that says Mickey with the like blank face emoji. The just done emoji.
Okay.
Okay. Why am I blanking on all of this? The first bullet point I have is just saying that Kalim makes sure that he doesn't eat poison food so he can give whoever poisoned them a chance to redeem themselves.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, because,
I feel like I need to pull up the chapters.
we left off with the brain cell duo and Grim poisoned on the floor. Well, cursed on the floor. And we wake up and we're telling him Vil cursed us. And Clem's like, what? He cursed the food.
Yeah. Because, that just
Yeah.
happens. Okay. I opened up the wiki. So, yeah, we're in dance practice, and they're saying how last night was awful because they had to sleep on the floor and all of that, and then they're telling us how they'll use the signature spell on them and put a curse on the food and all of that. And then the Kalim and Jamil are kind of just like, I guess we'll have to actually pay attention to the food we're getting here. Because, we don't want you to be poisoned.
Oh.
And the comments where it's just like, are we just not going to address the part where Kalim said something about poison? And he's just like, I've had my food poisoned before. It's no big deal. Had lots of awful experiences with it. Steve's way too chill about being poisoned.
And Grimm's just like, yeah, we were his poison tasters.
Yeah.
Or Grimm was his poison taster.
It's like, I had to taste test all his food during the holidays, which Grimm's making it sound like he's salty about that, as if he wasn't just like, give me all the food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, they have the whole thing where them talking about being poisoned and all of that.
And then they talk about Aladdin.
Yeah, and then it's just recapping the story of Aladdin for some reason.
Speaking of Aladdin, I just watched that new Descendants movie. It's like Rose, Red Tyrant or something. And it's where it's...
The Rise of Red?
Yeah.
Oh.
And I just
God,
have
no,
that...
No.
I just have that part stuck in my head. Jasmine and Aladdin.
Stop.
Post.
No. Stop it.
I
Also, that
haven't
movie
watched
was...
that.
It's so bad, okay?
I believe
So
it.
bad.
I want to watch it
I
because
haven't
it's
even
bad.
seen it myself, and I just...
It would be better if it was longer. It did not feel like it was a movie. It felt like a TV show. But anyway, moving on.
I'm gonna be honest, I was not prepared to be the one introing this, so I'm just reading like the wiki and I'm just like, oh no, what parts do I mention here? But yeah, they just recap the story of Aladdin, kind of, for no reason. And then, because they were saying
Yeah.
Kalim was too nice, and he's just like, well, it pays off to be nice because Aladdin. Then they mentioned that he was transferred 2 months late. Again, he is completely unaware that his spot was bought in. Jamil is like calling him out under his breath. And then Bill shows up and calls us all spuds. Woo. So now we have dance practice.
I'm gonna be so honest. If Vil showed up and called me a spud, I'd be like, are you making fun of my disability? Like, I would be a real bitch about it.
I'm curious how Bill would react to that, though. Because he'd just stare at you and be like, no, I just call everyone spuds. You spud.
I have a coworker that in my head acts a lot like how I would assume Vil would in like a sense of just characteristic. And I've said that to her once because I stuttered. You know how like I fake stutter sometimes, but then it turns into a real stutter? I did that and then she copied me as like a joke and I knew she was joking, but I said that. I was like, are you making fun of my disability? And I was like, oh, she's making fun of me. She's making fun of me. And she just kind of stared at me. And then she went on the headset and she's like, I am not making fun of Kaden. But yeah. Anyway, that's how I'd expect Vil to react.
Okay. Anyway, we have Kalim forgetting that he was that he was just supposed to be chorus and kind of just like stopped singing because he was just focusing on dancing with the music. And Rook's just like, oh, everyone was absolutely amazing. And Bill just says that this was hardly decent. Main vocals were off key.
Tune.
Yep.
Did you
Twist
guys?
tunes.
Ugh, I hate purple twist tunes. Hate them.
Oh, yeah. They're so bad.
Honestly, it's been so long
Oh.
since I played the Twist tunes, I'm forgetting which ones the purple ones are. Are those the ones where it's the, like, circle and you gotta, like, click it on time? I hate those ones.
They're all
think
the
that's what the
circle and you
purple
have
ones
to
are.
click them on time.
Yeah, I don't like those ones.
But the purple ones are the ones where they just appear in one spot instead of, like, coming down.
Yeah, I
Or
don't like
across.
those because I feel like I don't get the timing right, where it's either I press it on one and then it considers that too early, or, like, I press it on one and it counts it too late or something. Like, there's something where it's like, as far as I'm aware, I'm pressing it when they want me to, and it's just like, good.
Yeah.
Oh,
Acceptable.
the big circle one is what you're referring to. Yeah, that's the purple one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I always forget if you're supposed to, like, click them the second they show up on the screen, or if you're supposed to wait for it to, like, time down to the little. I think you're supposed to click them right away, and I've just been waiting till it, like, almost disappears.
Well, I think you're supposed to wait until it lines up
Yeah.
with the circle.
I don't know. Okay.
I also don't know. I for this entire book, I have less than half of all the achievements for the twist tunes.
Oh, yeah. I never go back and replay the Purple Twist tunes because they're just so hard.
Yeah.
I
mean,
only replay.
Yeah.
I only
I
replay
just
them if
let
I'm
them
trying
run.
to get the tasks. Like, if I need to, like, get almost perfect, then I'll play it. But if not, I don't play them. Yeah.
Yeah, moving on. Apple's singing, but it's wrong, apparently.
Because Bill says everything Apple does is
I
wrong.
want to see if this is actually wrong.
Oh, are you, like, pulling up the, like, voice clips for it?
Yeah. Well, they have it on the wiki.
They do? No.
Yeah. We literally talked about this last time.
Right.
No, that
I'm on the
sounds like
phone.
exactly how it sounds in the actual song.
I'm on the phone. That's why I don't get audio clips.
Yeah. That sounds like
Oh.
exactly like how it sounds in the actual song. I don't know what he's talking about.
Apparently there's no meaning behind them. That's what Phil's saying. That's why Phil's mad.
Oh yeah, it's half-hearted.
Oh, yeah. You just don't just sing
Literally,
the words
Apple's-
without thinking about what they mean. This song is more than mere lip service. That's an odd sentence.
Yeah, I have emotions, but I already screamed about them so much in the last episode that... Yeah! So...
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, Bill is saying how, like, you need to actually, like, you gotta do more acting than just singing, and you have to have meaning to all of this. And then Apple just yells that he doesn't want to be cute. He didn't want to be in Pompier to start with. He doesn't want to be in the SDC. He didn't, like, come to Night Raven College to sing and dance. He came here to, like, learn how to fight and all that. And then Vil just calls him unbelievable because he should have grown out of temper tantrums by now. And just... and then they fight.
There's a part where Vil is like... well, Epples says, but this is the most charming I can sound, and Vil says, being charming is another matter entirely. Do you think that will be enough to take Nej down? And I think this is the first time where Vil openly says he just wants to take Nej down.
It might be. I didn't notice it. I probably just assumed he said it already because no one, like, reacted to that part. No one was like, what do they mean taking Nej down?
Well, no one's talking because they're fighting, and then it goes kind of almost straight into a battle. So...
Yeah.
They're just like, this is a fight. Rook, don't worry, it's not a fight. This is a fight. Everyone's just like, what do you mean?
They're just playing.
But yeah, so they fight, and Epple doesn't win. And apparently this has been happening since he got into the dorm. And it's something that, like, once Epple can beat Vil in a fight, he's able to transfer out of Pompior or something like that. Or just Vil won't be forcing all the, like, everything onto him. Which,
yeah,
again, I don't like. Just let the dude transfer out of your dorm. Like,
I don't even get how he got put in Pompior in the first place.
I don't know either. I mean, I'm just waiting for it to be something like is he good at potions? Has that been established? Because that's what the main, like, thing in their dorm is. Like, they're really good at potions and poisons and all that. So maybe it's like, yeah, you kind of should have been in, like, Savannah Claw, but your potion skills...
But that's not what the Dark Mirror takes into account. The Dark Mirror takes their personality into their account.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Going into it, it looks like Just from reading the wiki, it's the oldest of the dorms and houses students who excel at potionology and curses, as well as cultivating a unique sense of style. But it also says it's based on the Ferris Queen spirit of tenacity. And tenacity... I want to make sure I get this right, because I feel like I don't know.
I was going to say, I'm not fully sure what that means.
Stop using big words!
What?
It's basically just determination
Yeah.
and persistence.
Apple has a shit ton of that. And going off of literally the evil queen...
Wait a minute. Savannah Claw is also persistence? Pomfior just uses the fancy word for it.
I think it's like a different type of persistence.
Yeah. Maybe it's supposed to be like Savannah Claw's like specifically like sports related persistence.
No.
Like athletics and all that, like physical. And then Pomfior's more like mental and academics or something.
Then why use the exact same word?
Because why not?
Why not have Savannah Claw be like strength? Just straight up strength or something.
Because why would they ever do that to us?
I don't know. But
Why would they make things easy?
Appel should be in Savannah Claw. I'm sorry. I know I'm not the only one who thinks it. He does not belong in Pomfior.
No, he doesn't. I really hope... I know they're not going to, but I hope at some point he does get transferred to Savannah Claw. But obviously they're not going to do that and mess up their movies. But
in our headcanons.
In the headcanons.
Okay, yes. Anyway, Apple starts sobbing because he loses the fight.
I mean, low-key valid.
Yeah, and then Deuce is trying to, like, stand up to him. Sorry, I kind of took this over because I wanted to keep it going.
No, that's completely fine. My mind is blanking on how to actually do this.
But yeah, so... And then Bill starts digging into Deuce, like, hardcore. He's like, don't talk to me like a full-fledged ensemble member when you're still dead weight. Jesus Christ, Bill.
Bill did not need to be that rude.
Okay. I know I said I was done with all of my screaming about my angry emotions, but
nah, you're good.
If you want him to improve, don't fucking talk to him like this.
Yeah.
All it's gonna do is make him insecure, which it does. And I know it works because it's Deuce and because it's a fictional story, but like in real life, this is not how a director should act.
No. I'm sure there are plenty of directors that do act that way, but they should not.
Yes, and then everyone who's ever worked with them goes on to say that they were traumatized by them.
Yeah.
Like, actual legit trauma.
Yep.
So.
But yeah. And then Ace is like, man, you should have kept your head down. And Deuce is like, shut the fuck up. Yeah, and then Deuce runs off. Yeah, Deuce runs off. I think that's kind of where we cut it. Yeah, we cut it. Deuce doesn't run off. We cut the class. We cut the rehearsal for the day. And Vil goes off to talk to his knockoff Siri again.
Mira.
Yeah. But Rook walks in on him talking to Mira. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just teasing Phil.
Basically.
Yeah. And he's trying to, like, give him advice on how to, like, help Epple, but it's not good advice. It's just making Epple more formed to Vil.
I don't like them.
None of us do.
None of us do.
Don't speak for me.
Don't.
The only Rook I like is Savannah Claw Rook.
Okay, and I like Savannah Cloudwork too.
Savannah Claw.
Like his design.
I feel like he would have been a complete. I want to know if he had the same personality in Savannah Claw, or if that was like
From my understanding,
specifically for Vil. But yeah,
he
I know
did.
they say he's weird.
Yeah, no, he fully did.
Yeah.
And I'm just going up to Savannah Claus, speaking French and calling them all the rudest stuff, and they're just like, "What is this dude?"
Yep.
And then he can outshoot any of you
He had a
and
mullet.
like outrun. He's just beating all of them at sports, and they're like, "What the heck?" Looking up the picture of Savannah Claus. I've seen it, but I'm seeing it again.
I used it to show Camrea in our episode, which probably came out before this one, and yeah, we looked at him for a while.
What the heck? I think I'm looking at the Groovy, and I'm
Where he's crying?
I'm uncomfortable. Why? Why did they make him look like that?
Oh, well, did you see his normal art?
Yeah, I just found that.
Yeah,
that
one
that
makes
face
me
is something.
uncomfortable.
That that looks like the images that they would just put in a meme of like standing in your doorway at the middle of the night, like.
Do you know what that is that he's holding, right?
A bow?
No, in his original art.
In the one where he's holding like a tapestry?
Yeah. You know what that is, right?
A tapestry?
It's a poster of Vil and Nish.
No! I don't like.
Yeah.
Don't they canonically give him, like, his room is like,
Yeah. Split
Okay.
directly down the middle.
yeah,
One half
Yeah.
Vil, one half Nish. You can
That's
see it on
so-
his bed too, in that
Oh
part.
no.
One
I
half
don't
is
like
Vil's
this.
purple, one half is Nish's blue.
I
Like I said, I like his
uncomfortable.
design and nothing else.
he's so silly.
That's not silly, that's creepy.
Yeah. Anyway, let's talk about what we're actually supposed to be talking about.
Okay, they're fighting outside of Pomfeur's dorm. Well, not fighting. They're talking. It's
Arguing.
Deuce and Grim. I'm not
Colleen.
really reading. There's words on my screen, but I'm not really reading them.
That's valid though.
Rook shows up. Oh, I scratched my mic. Sorry.
I know.
Yes. Oh yeah, they're taking a break, and Clem's like, okay, it's time to get back to dance rehearsal. And Rook's like, do you actually want to go to Deuce? And Deuce is like, can I really go? And Rook's just like encouraging him. He's like, you're still just a chick inside your egg. You'll get there. That's so funny of a comparison to say to Deuce.
It's
First
just
of all.
because it's Deuce.
Yeah.
That's the only reason they made that comparison.
Yeah, and then Rook is on this whole weird Rook rant, like a big ass long rant. So long it leaves Deuce speechless for 2 things. Yeah, it'd be two sentences.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, because he asked a question. What's the question?
like, or he tells him about, there's a strength that only you possess. What is it?
He's just
And-
thinking.
Yeah. I will say, I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one, but this chapter entirely is why I headcanon Deuce as autistic.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
I can see it.
He is giving more ADHD, yeah, but definitely spectrum.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He is in no way neurotypical, and we love him for
I mean,
it.
to be fair, probably none of them are neurotypical, but yeah, more obvious with Deuce.
And we love him for it.
We do. We love him for it.
Yeah.
The obsession with chicks and cauldrons. Chickens and cauldrons, I feel like I should
Hyperfixations.
specify. Yep.
Yeah.
I really wish his signature spell had something to do with cauldrons. I'm really sad it doesn't. I wish just summoning cauldrons was his signature spell.
Hey,
That's not how it
spoilers!
I don't care.
Spoilers!
I want him to be the only one capable of summoning a cauldron.
That's not how it works.
He summons a special cauldron, and it's just like a deuce-shaped cauldron.
Anyway,
Anyway,
then
yeah.
Deuce
and then
runs off.
Kind of. He asks to go somewhere. He's like, "Can I borrow something?" And then he goes off. And then Apple's out walking around, and we hear a vroom. Screech! There's this fuck-ass bike.
Blast cycle.
Which look really weird. It's just one giant tire, like...
I love them. They look so cool.
I didn't...
Oh my god. It took me this long to realize they're inspired by the Tron bikes.
Really?
Oh.
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot about
I've never
Tron,
watched
but
Tron,
they-
but I've seen it.
They
I've
look
seen
them.
exactly
They look
like
like-
that. Yeah.
They look like what I've seen of the ride at Disney World.
Mm-hmm.
As someone
Okay,
who
maybe
used-
not.
No,
I'm looking at pictures of the Tron bikes. Maybe not, but like,
They do look a lot like it, though.
yeah. I feel there has to be some inspiration there.
Also,
Which if there is, I find that very funny.
yeah. Deuce went to Ignihide and begged. So who did Deuce beg?
Probably
True.
Orto.
Huh?
Probably
Little
Orto.
robot child, please
Yeah.
give me a bicycle.
Robot, please. Please,
I'm
Robot.
rubbing off on you.
I feel like, as much as I love that idea, I feel like if it was one of the Shrouds, he would have just said that, but he does refer to them as, like, I had to ask the Ignihide student, like...
Oh, wait. No. He had to ask Edia.
Oh, he did?
Ignihide Storm is... Ignihide Storm... Ignihide... Sorry, I'm trying to get this right. Ignihide Dorms using this one for their presentation. It's Edia's presentation. He had to ask Edia.
No, Edia isn't presenting
Okay.
Ignihide. He's presenting for the board game club.
What? Who is it then?
Who
I don't
knows?
know.
Oh,
And I guess it wouldn't be Orto too,
Ignihide
because he's
student
helping
A.
out with... Because Orto's helping out with Edia's presentation.
Whatever.
I don't know,
probably
some
just, like,
random
Ignihide
Ignihide student,
student A.
probably. It's not important.
Yeah. It's
So would be
important to
so
us.
funny.
I do want to think it was Orto, though. That's my headcanon now.
I'll write it. Let me add it to my ideas.
Oh, God. Why? You don't
'Cause-
need to.
Because why not?
Because next time we do a fanfic reading, I'll have stuff to write.
When inspiration hits, you just gotta go with it.
Yeah.
Been so out of inspiration the last couple days. Like,
Honestly, same.
but like I,
Just all of this gear.
it's been a month. But like,
A little more than a year.
I need, me and a bunch of my friends, I don't know if I've mentioned this to you guys yet, but we're running a Skate the Infinity fandom event, and it starts tomorrow. Hey, if you're listening to this and you're a fan of Skate the Infinity, check out Skate to 1 Million on Tumblr and Blue Sky. That's our event. But, it'll have started by now, and it's still running. It'll run till August.
Oh, that's a long time.
Wow.
Well, it runs from Longa's birthday to Reki's birthday.
Mm.
So, but yeah, we're like just spending 6 months writing and making a whole bunch of skate themed fan works, and oh god, I've only started one, and it starts tomorrow.
It's
And
fine.
I have like 5 different things where I've been like, I told my friend group, or like the group that were modding it, they're like, I'll write that. That sounds like fun. I'll write that. And then I go to open up a document to start writing, and just nothing happens.
That's why all my
just
fanfics
sit
are
there.
like 300 words.
Literally nothing happens. I can get no words out.
Oh.
That's so real, though.
I just put a bunch of words, like not even good words, and then I look at it and I'm like, okay. That's how my fanfic writing works.
I mean, you do gotta start with bad writing, but so then you can make it into good writing. But sometimes you just get no writing.
Yeah. Like, I said, like, I'm gonna write a Skate the Infinity age swap AU, where all the kids are adults and all the adults are kids. And I said I was gonna write it a week ago. Guess how many words I've gotten out?
2.
Which of this idea that I have had for literal years, nothing.
Oh.
I have my very brief ideas of how I want the characters to function, like what I want their jobs to be, how old they are and stuff, and that is it. Not any actual writing.
Oh, fun.
Anyway,
Sorry,
should we talk
Cookies?
about what we're actually supposed to be doing?
Yeah.
I'm
Cookie's,
sorry.
like, bothering me. She wants, like, love. She
Oh,
keeps
dear.
dropping her... She keeps I have been. She keeps dropping her toy at my feet, and then I'm throwing it. But
Just gotta put it on a fishing line and just keep...
It's a squeaky toy, and now she doesn't want to let go of it. Anyway, someone take over this beach scene while I play with Cookie.
Anyway, so Deuce takes Ethel to the beach, and he starts screaming at the ocean, just for seemingly no
mood, though.
reason. Huh?
I love how just thrown off Ethel is. He's just like, why did you take me to the beach? Like, you just randomly took me here. And Deuce just takes a deep breath and screams that he's never gonna knuckle under. You hear me?
Oh, they also point out in our not NRC. We just came from NRC. Point out RSA.
Oh, yeah. We are at RSA. But yeah,
No,
he
we're not
just starts screaming
at RSA.
into the...
We're near RSA.
Well, we're near it.
But yes, then they start screaming.
Deuce really just standing there screaming about how he's not smart and misses basic cues and is still a delinquent, but he's just trying his best, and then he yells about Ace and just straight up screaming and like...
He's yelling about how he's autistic. I'm sorry.
I know, we love
what
that
he's
for him.
describing, like, you can't tell me. This scene especially is like, that's yeah.
I don't know if I still have it, but I had a screenshot of his New Year's card, and it was something where it was him just straight up saying where it's like, you know, sometimes it's real nice to just scream into the void. Like, I'm trying to see if I still have it screenshotted somewhere.
Cookie?
Oh, I found it. It feels great to just yell your frustrations at the sea. Wanna join me sometime? That's his New Year's card.
Beautiful.
Cookie
What's up?
has fallen off the bed twice while running to grab her toy. So if you have heard a thunk, that is what it is. Besides the obnoxious squeaking that I know is being picked
I
up
can hear
on the
the
work.
squeaking.
Okay. I know that's being picked up, but I'm not sure if the thunks have.
I haven't heard a thunk yet, but I wasn't
Yeah.
paying attention to it. I'll start paying attention for the thunk.
The recording might have picked it up, but yeah. Now she's aggressively playing tug of war.
As you do.
I just want to point out that I've been playing with her like all day.
I'm sure she loves that.
She does. Yeah. She's not love deprived. She's not. She just. Oh, hey, thank you. She's just hates being left out. Oh. Okay. Okay, anyway, they're screaming.
As you do.
Yeah, and then, Ethel asks basically what the fuck. And Deuce,
Honestly, though.
yeah. And Deuce basically says what he said in his New Year's thing, where he's just like, sometimes you just gotta let your emotions out. And I do that by screaming at the ocean. And so Ethel starts screaming, and we get Ethel's home accent, or Ethel's natural accent.
Inhale.
So funny, and I love him.
Oh my god,
Sorry.
I'm reading this. Wonder, you should read this for us. Like out loud.
In the accent.
The entire thing.
Not the entire thing. I'll do a couple lines.
No! If
My
you do a
southern
couple,
accent
I'll do a
sucks.
couple.
My southern accent is
I will
so
not
bad.
do a couple, so.
I kind of figured.
You
That's
think
what
I
makes
can
it
turn on
fun.
dialing overnight? Are you out of your apple picking? Are you out of your apple picking mind? I'm a farm boy from the sticks. We got more heifers than we do people out in our part of the country. It's all I can do to talk without slipping into my accent. Okay, that's all you're getting. I literally only
love that.
learned that because one of my old D&D characters was a cowboy, so I wanted to play him with a southern accent. I did it for one session, and my friend, one of the other players, just looked at me and said, "Don't. You sound so dumb." So I stopped.
I love that. You trying to learn the accent and they're just, no.
How dare they?
She actually had a southern accent, though. So
Oh.
And?
That's when you tell them why. This is exactly what you sound like.
Yeah. Be like, I'm trying to
No.
have fun here.
no. Or she maybe no, she didn't actually have a southern accent, but she could do a southern accent that was way better than mine. So I just let her do it.
So valid, though.
So
Yeah.
yeah. I conceptually I know how to do a southern accent. I'm just not good at it. I'll stick to my British and Russian accents.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Now I feel like I need to read one because I said I would.
No, it's okay.
No, I already said I would. But Cookie, sit. Come
You
on.
can just talk to Cookie in a southern accent.
I don't think she'd understand me. I don't think she understands me when I talk to her in an English accent or an American accent.
That's because she's an English puppy. You threw her off.
Where's your toy, man? I can't play with you if I don't have your toy. Okay, anyway. I ain't never danced before or hoedowns and field day games. That's it. That's all you're getting. Oh, jeez.
You're
how
not
do
even
you-
getting an attempt from me.
I know.
Fair. All right. Anyway,
Hey,
then
cookie.
Deuce goes, basically, what the fuck? And, you know, we find out that Ethel is a farm boy, and he's a country boy, and, Vil is an asshole who won't let him speak in his natural accent.
I hate that so much.
Huh?
Like, imagine getting to school and, like, first day of high school, first day of college, whatever comparison we're making here, and the person that's, like, in charge of you just goes, no, you're not allowed to talk like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, imagine getting to school and they say you must talk with a fake British accent the entire time you are around anybody.
Yeah, it's so dumb.
In the sense you're putting it as, that's weird. But I do understand in the sense of this because of how thick Apple's southern accent is. And the only reason I can tell what he's saying is because I'm reading it.
I mean, that's fair. I feel like I probably would have a hard time understanding him.
Yeah. But also just saying that to someone, like, I mean, he says Bill told him that he should watch his accent because it's hard to understand, which is understandable, but like also you just
But, like,
learn
even then,
people's
it could just be-
accents.
Well, yeah, but also even then it could just be, can you try to calm the accent down a little bit, not get rid of it entirely? Go
Yeah.
full...
Yeah,
What is the fucking fully neutral accent? Like,
Yeah.
there's a difference
Which is
between
a
going like,
Midwestern
hey,
accent,
just so you're...
Yeah.
There's a difference between going like, hey, just so you're aware, your accent is really hard for me to understand, and you are not allowed to talk to me in that accent at
Yeah.
all. Or
It could
anyone
just
else.
Be, hey, while I'm still learning your accent, could you talk a little slower or something?
Yeah. But no, the way he says it is, it's hard to understand, but the way it's taken is, well, that's the first sentence is what Vil has told Epple, but in the second sentence it says, every time Epple opens his mouth, Vil gets on his case, don't speak with an accent, address people by name, and mind your volume.
Yeah. So he is basically making him go like full neutral accent.
Yeah.
Which is dumb.
The first one, don't speak with an accent, rude. The second two, yeah, you should address people by their name and like mind your volume. I don't know.
But, like, still...
Fair,
So-
but Bill, he could
No
have
one
phrased
else
it
at
better.
this school does.
Nobody else
True,
does.
Sebek.
I'd be like, are you gonna tell that to everyone? And Bill's gonna be like, yeah. Yeah.
The rules apply to everyone.
But nobody else at this school does either of
Well,
those.
nobody does it when Vil's around. Is the problem. If Vil's not around, how is Vil gonna know? Rook's not gonna tell Vil.
Yeah.
I feel like Rook would tell Bill. I feel like Rook would be the person to rat people out.
Yeah, but
We do know that Rook does tell Vil when Ethel uses his natural accent.
yeah.
So,
I hate that.
yeah. Just another reason to hate Rook.
But it cuts to orientation and how Apple and Bill got into this whole dynamic. Yeah, pretty much Apple just picks a fight with the first person he sees and it happens to be Bill, and then
Not even. Vil is the one who
Vil-
approaches him out of nowhere for no reason.
true, yeah, because he's either new enrollee, and then are you trying to make a mockery of the ceremonial rules, button up your collar at once?
I guarantee
this,
Ethel is
and
not
then-
the only person there with his uniform not fully buttoned.
Well, this is the only
Oh,
one
for
we're
sure.
seeing. So,
But
There was
you
no reason
want
for
to tell
Vil
me
to do this.
that
and
Ace?
Sorry.
You want to tell me that Ace had his
Yeah.
robes all the way fully buttoned?
Well, okay.
Exactly.
No.
Here's the thing.
No.
Vil is taking care of his dorm.
He's not even in his dorm yet. He hasn't
But he's
been
not in
sorted
his
yet.
dorm yet.
I'm pretty
This
sure
is
he
like-
has.
No, they
No.
talk about it. He hasn't been sorted yet.
Oh. Oh, yeah.
Because he, like, makes him fix his entire wardrobe and everything, and then he's like, you better hope that you're not in Pompior, and then he gets sorted into Pompior.
Yeah, like the ceremony hasn't even started yet. And
I think that's just bad luck on them.
I mean, yeah, but, like...
Also, why does
you're
Apple...
telling me half the people that got sorted into Savannah Claw weren't there with their robes unbuttoned? Like, come on.
They were probably fixed as well. I mean, from what I have seen, usually, and I know this isn't what we usually go on for this case, but usually Japanese school systems, when you have a dorm, you have the ceremonial dorm stuff, right? And everyone follows the dorm code for that. Like, everyone follows it. Like, maybe you can have, like, a little bit off, but it's usually everyone is following it. So I wouldn't be surprised if Phil was also telling everybody else to do it.
I mean, fair, because isn't there a vignette of him helping Jack fix his uniform, but that was more in the case of, like, Jack physically couldn't get it buttoned all the way, and he didn't know how to, like, wear the sash or something?
Probably. I don't know.
I still think
Okay.
it's dumb.
And I think in that case, Vil was just more like, oh, since we were somewhat friends, here's a little tip. Look nice. There you go. Bye.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's been a long time since I read that. I could also be completely misremembering that Vignette's existence at all.
I still
Maybe
think
it was
it's
a
dumb.
fanfic. Yeah.
I don't think it was a fanfic, because I don't read much fanfics between them.
I think
but
it's Vil's vignette. Because if I remember, or Vil's ceremonial robes vignette. Because if I remember correctly, his groovy
I
is
thought it was
of
Jack's.
No, Vil's groovy is of him adjusting somebody else's robes, I think. Yeah,
I'm looking it up.
I just pulled it up. It is.
I have to say this about Apple's ceremonial look before he got sorted. There's literally no other way to say this. I'm not even sure I can say this, so you can blur me out if you need to, but Apple looks so fucking cunty in this.
Are you talking about his intense skyliner?
Yeah.
It's so strong. It's so thick.
It's so
Why?
amazing.
Why is it so thick? I'm gonna leave
I don't
it in.
know.
I
I
don't
mean,
care.
if-
You're right.
I mean, if you asked me to put eyeliner on, it probably would end up looking something like that, but, like, at least I wouldn't leave the house like that.
I leave the house like that sometimes when I go to work. I've definitely... But that's like a character decision on my part. That's my vibes.
I feel like it probably was canonically, like, someone handed Apple eyeliner and was like, you have to wear it, it's part of the uniform. And that's just what came out, because he doesn't know how to use eyeliner.
Maybe. I mean, they do pretty much all wear makeup.
Yeah.
And looking at his picture...
It's like his first time putting it on.
Yeah.
He did a good job at getting it even thickness.
Honestly, with how it looks... I'm going to try and zoom in. There we go. With how
I
it
did zoom.
looks... I do this. I've done this. But I just take a Q-tip with, like, black eyeshadow, and I just, like, put it around my eye. And then I use my finger and I smudge it out. That's what this looks like. It's kind
That's
of...
exactly what Thomas
it's-
Sanders does for Virgil.
It's giving. It's giving.
Yeah, okay. But should we...
Yeah.
Okay, going back to the beach scene. Again, I know you ship Japple way too much, but this scene, I'm just reading it and going like, they're gonna be a couple. That's just, this is a ship. He just randomly grabs Apple and takes him to the beach. You can't tell me that's not the start of something.
I personally don't see anything between these characters.
Yeah.
But, like, I see nothing between most of these characters, to be completely honest.
Fair. I mean, most of them, yeah.
Because most of them just give me straight man vibes.
Yeah.
But that's just me.
I just like shipping.
Yeah.
I just like shipping. I think it's fun.
I have never been one to ship. I just like reading. Yeah. The only ships I've ever liked have... Don't hate me on this, guys. I like Hermione.
I know you do. And that cursed ship you made art of.
And Dreppa.
What?
I can't.
What?
So here's the story. I shall tell it. So,
Thank you.
Kaden comes over to my house after working a long shift. They come over at like 11 o'clock at night. They're dead tired. We have the library Comic-Con the next day. That's why they were spending the night. And they're zoned out on my couch watching like TikToks or something. And then they suddenly, no comments to me whatsoever, just open their phone, start a video and go, crackhead thoughts, guys. Draco Malfoy and Peppa Pig.
What?
Dreppa.
No!
Yeah. Yeah.
They had no memory of this the next day until they looked through their phone and found the video. They had no memories of getting to my house.
So anyway.
So then at the library, they make the first official cursed fan art
Yeah.
of Dreppa. And I think it lives in the Cards Against Humanity's box.
Yeah, I still have it.
That I believe we bought at that event too.
Yeah, no, we bought it and then we made it and then we got yelled at because
As like
we
15-year-olds.
Yeah, we were swearing in the library because we were playing Cards Against Humanity. But
I still found it funny when the security guard showed up to tell us that, like, we couldn't... I think it was because we were in the office room and we weren't supposed to be in there or something.
Oh.
But he just looks at us, grabs a card from the draw pile, looks at it, and puts it in, and he's like, that one's the winner.
Oh, no. There was two different things.
We did not pick his card.
There was two different things. There was the stormtroopers that came in, and then there was the actual librarian that came in and told us we had a not.
Okay, I think it was the stormtroopers that played a card.
Yeah, they all came in and they like kind of stood at the end of the table, and then one of them picked up a card and they were like, that one's gonna win. And it didn't win, by the way. It didn't win. It sucked.
It didn't win.
It was the worst one.
I'm pretty sure it was... you can cut it out if you need, but I think the card was like Batman's spherical balls or something.
God.
No, that's funny. That would have won. It was something with bananas.
Something I have no memory of bananas. That is the only card I remember being played that night because I thought it had to do with the stormtroopers playing it. Maybe that was the card that won that round.
Probably.
I don't know. But yeah, that first year was the best.
Yeah. And
event-wise.
Yeah, and then the Dreppa thing became a thing.
You gave me a...
Yeah.
Painted me a cursed canvas.
Yeah, I made a little painting. It's probably still in Tillis's window. It's been there for years.
It might have gotten... I think it's still there, but it might have gotten taken down when I put the window cling up. But as far as I know, it's there.
Yeah. I also plan on getting a tattoo of this because it's important.
Oh, God, no.
It's important.
No.
But I'm going to make it, like, subtle. So if someone's like, oh, that's a cute tattoo, I'll be like, yeah, you want to know the origins? You want to know the origins?
Considering all the art you've made of it has been like 8-foot tall Peppa holding Draco, like what is subtle about this?
I don't know, maybe like
on? Can we get back on topic?
Wonder's crying, guys. Traumatize them.
I'm not, but I'm very uncomfortable.
So sorry. So
It's
funny, okay.
By the way, Drury for the win.
Drury or Draymini. It
No,
depends on
not
the
Hermione.
on the fic.
You're telling me Draco is a straight man? No.
He could be a bi man.
Yeah.
No, not even.
He's for sure
gay
not
as hell.
straight, but I mean, yes, but you have to admit there are some good Draymini fics out there.
I've never read one.
Really? Oh my
I
god,
don't like Harry
there's
Potter.
Hayden's like, I got a list for you.
a few that
I
are
don't
getting
like Harry Potter.
published.
I don't
Yeah,
like Harry
Manacle's
Potter.
getting published.
I don't like Harry Potter. I don't
That's
want
fair.
your fics.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I read one and it was so sad it made me sob my eyes out for a good 2 hours.
Was that Manacle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy that when it comes out. Anyway, moving on. Moving on.
I don't even know where we're at
Beach scene.
anymore.
Epil gets a call from
They're
his...
still at the beach scene. Oh, yeah.
Epil gets a call from his mom saying that their drinks are selling. Their apple juice is selling so well. And I still haven't had any apple juice since we recorded last.
Ah, apple juice.
I drank apple juice immediately after
Fuck
that.
you. Fuck you.
I want apple juice so bad.
I could do the same again.
I might text my parents to see if they can bring me home a cup of apple juice from their restaurant. I don't even
Do
know
it.
what restaurant they're at. They're probably
Do
on
it.
their way home by now.
They can pick you up like a quick trip bottle. Oh, wait, that might...
No.
No.
You're fine.
Yeah. Quick trips all
Yeah,
over
they're in
the
a couple
Midwest.
states.
I
Um,
love Quick Trip.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. They have, what's the brand of apple juice that's in the glass bottle? Is that Everfresh? Yes, Everfresh.
Oh, I have no clue.
Oh, that's my favorite. Everfresh
couldn't even
apple
tell you what
juice
brand
is
we had in the
so
fridge.
Good. Everfresh apple juice is so good.
I
think it's.
I remember
Everfresh.
the ones that Kaden would buy, but it was really like tart or something. But the only reason you bought it was because it was in those glass jugs.
I never bought those. Yeah, I didn't buy those.
Yes, it's Everfresh. This is my
Oh.
favorite. This is what I get every time my family goes on a road trip because we always stop at Quick Trip. Like that's our lunch, bathroom break, gas stop. And I've never come
coffee.
across a Quick Trip that didn't have Everfresh. It's so good. This is my head. That's my headcanon for what the Felmier apple juice tastes like. Honestly, if I ever cosplay
I feel like I
Apple,
need a picture of this.
I
What
sent
is
a
it?
picture.
It just showed up as a
I'm
link.
sorry.
Rude. Open the link.
I'll click
It's a
the
picture.
link. I'll trust
But-
you. Okay.
But yeah, if I ever cosplay Apple, I'm just gonna carry around a bottle of Everfresh apple juice and say it's the Felmia apple juice.
You could
Because it looks like the bottle. It looks like the bottle that they show.
like print out a label and everything and just put that on.
I'm going to cosplay Apple now.
Yeah.
Eventually, way down the line. I have so many other cosplays I need to work on. Anyway, but yeah, so Apple.
Now you got 1 month, figure it out.
Huh?
It's like, no, you got 1 month, figure it out.
No, I am not adding another one to my Amkey list. I already have 5.
I'll take one for
I
you.
No!
I have 2
I only have 2 as well.
and probably 3.
I have 2 on Saturday,
I'll probably
3
just wear
on,
the
no,
bell
2
dress
on
on
Friday,
Sunday
3
again.
on Saturday, and then 1 on Sunday.
My mental capacity, I don't think I could handle that many changes.
I don't know how I'm going to, but my friends, the friends that I'm running Skate to 1 Million with, they kept egging me on to cosplay Cindereki, so I am. I might cosplay Apple. I might swap out Lilia for Apple. I gotta see if I could closet cosplay any of Apple's outfits though, because I'm not making another one.
Yeah, that's fair.
Not to derail us again, but I was out thrifting for like 3 hours today, and I found almost everything I need for one of my Capone Veggie cosplay, and I found real leather shoes that are fucking amazing. Hold on, let me send you the link. Look at these bad bitches. Wait, it's sending.
Look at these. It's sending.
It's still sending. Oh. They were only $4 fucking dollars, and I was like, "Oh my god!" And then I found the coat and the hat. Yay!
That's could cosplay.
Yeah.
Every time I go thrifting, I think the only time I have successfully thrifted an outfit was for my Ember Island Katara, and that was it.
I could.
Every time I go to like Goodwill or something, I can never find anything good in my size. Like, I will never find shoes because I have like a size 12 feet.
Oh,
and then
I never go to Goodwill.
All of the dresses look like Grandma. Well, where were you thrifting?
I'll write it, but
I was like, this is the only thrifting place I know.
well, you're not looking hard enough.
Yeah, there are a couple others, but I could technically do the school uniform because I have like a black blazer and black slats. They just don't have the gold trim.
I have the
would
gold
just
trim from last year.
I don't want to add the gold. Wait, you
Yeah.
have?
Yeah, I have the vest from last year. It might be too big for you, but you know.
Oh, yeah, no, I'd need to do
I mean,
Echo. I'd need
if
the
you're
purple
wearing
vest.
a coat, you could pin it.
Cookies screaming
Purple.
at the cats. Give me a sec.
Oh, yeah.
I probably wouldn't wear him with the frilly shirt. I'd just wear him with a button up.
Ain't fair.
And then enough people would know, right? Enough people would recognize that.
I mean, I feel like as long as you have the wig, people would recognize you.
Yeah. Like if I don't have all of the accessories.
Yeah, I feel like you'd be fine. I mean, like, people recognized us as you and Grim and Lilia. Like, I feel like...
And me, not
that
so
fandom,
much. I feel like I only got recognized because I
searching.
was with you guys.
Maybe.
I mean... I'm not... Like, I feel like the TWST people will know who you are.
Yeah.
If you're just walking through the convention, people probably aren't even going to know who you are. But,
Yeah.
like...
Maybe I could find a cheap set
I
of
think
ceremonial
TWST fans
robes.
would just...
I know I feel like I've said before that I never want to cosplay the ceremonial robes because everyone does, but maybe. Anyway, anyone want to continue on what we're supposed to be talking about? Because we're
Okay.
over an hour.
We're already an hour in, and we still have
30 more
30
chapters.
chapters to cover.
Woo!
Yeah.
Someone want to take over? I'm looking for cosplay stuff now.
Okay. Okay, so we're at the beach. They have the Ville has promoted the apple juice, so now everyone wants it. They're selling out stuff off the shelves like crazy. I'm kind of a little surprised that they're calling us to tell us, like, oh, we can barely keep the stuff on the shelves. And that they aren't just being like, hey, remember that 12 cases we sent you?
Well, no, because it was.
Think you could send some of those back?
They were right on the cusp of expiring. You don't
Yeah,
want to
that's
send
why
those.
they sent them.
But yeah, if you can't keep the product on the shelf because now every single person wants it,
No,
I think you probably would be fine.
no, because
This expires in a week, but I'm gonna drink it today.
You have to ship it.
Mm-hmm. You'd have to ship it back all the way
Fair.
to the Shaftlands and then ship it from there to wherever.
Well, I guess we don't know how long it takes for shipping in this world.
Yeah.
They got portals. You could shove a box through a portal.
Eh.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're talking about that, and then they're talking about what their charms could be or something. How, like, what's their... I don't know how to phrase it, but, like, they're saying, it's like, oh, well, maybe I'm not, the best at this, but I'm pretty good at this. So, that kind of thing. So they're trying to say how maybe, you know, you could use your looks to your advantage. You know, everyone's saying you look really cute or something. Maybe you can use that. And Epple just taking that as like, I will make everyone underestimate me, and then I will punch them in the face. We'd love that.
Yeah.
But then people come up to start looking at the blast cycle, and they're saying how, like, oh, I have enough magic that I could ride one of these. We're gonna just take it. And Deuce is like, that's not mine, so if you could please not touch it. And then they want to fight us for it. And they start physically fighting us. And then Epple pretends to be a damsel in distress, so they all focus on him because they think he's a girl. And they're saying how, you know, he's such a cute little thing and so pretty, and then he punches them in the face. I think he headbutts them.
Yeah. It's kind of implied that they're like...
And then just starts talking in his...
Yeah.
starts talking in his accent. He's like, you need to get your eyes checked if you thought I was a girl. They're just like, what is happening?
Mm-hmm.
But then they fight. And then we Deuce is trying to fight them off, and he's telling Epple to run back to the school. And then I feel like it's obvious what happened, but they don't technically say what happened until like 20 chapters later.
Mm-hmm.
But they get away. And then they go back to Pontfiore, and Bill's saying, like, you think you can just walk back in here? Like, you skipped rehearsal, you left without permission, you got in a fight, like, you're lucky this was written off as self-defense, you should be expelled, like, all of this. And Deuce is taking responsibility, and Epple's like, nope, I'm not letting you do that. If I learned something today, it's like I finally understand what you mean about power. And he's saying that, like, how he can use this to his looks to his advantage, and Bill's just like, that is absolutely not what I meant.
Mm-hmm.
Stop it. He's like, you do not understand what I was talking about when it comes to beauty. Like, why would I devote myself to the utter art of aesthetics so no one can outshine me if there are people that were just fortunate to be, like, born with charm, like, all of this. I am just glancing at stuff as I talk, so that was probably not fully correct, but...
Yeah, I think that sounded right.
Apple's saying, at least someday, he's like, I'm gonna keep getting more powerful enough to beat Nage and you. And Bill's just like, well, at least you're...
Ambitious.
At least you're ambitious. So then he makes Deuce and Epple run 30 laps around the dorm.
Jesus.
Which they just do. Start running. They're like, okay, let's go. And everyone else is like, well, at least that's over.
Yeah.
And Deuce declares war on Ace as they're running. He's just running by, and he's just, quote, hey, don't put words in my mouth. You were right, okay? I'm not as smart or as slick as you are, but even then, I'm not gonna let you outshine me, okay? That's all I wanted to say. Later. Thump, 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 thump. And Ace is just like, what just happened? Next chapter.
2 weeks later.
Oh yeah, 2 weeks later. We have 1 week to SDC. So we'll do rehearsals in full costumes. So our costumes look like our school uniforms, but they are made out of stretchy material to accommodate the dance moves that Crowley had made for us. And he says it's a small price to pay for the massive school publicity we're going to give them.
Whatever.
Cough. No, I didn't say that. I just meant so you have the freedom to dance to your fullest. That's what he meant.
Yeah.
Definitely. Then we have a twist tune.
Yeah.
Because, of course, we obviously have to practice. Another purple twist
Fucking
tune.
hate this. I don't know why it's purple when the last performance is with the red and blue.
I like the red and blue.
Yes, but why are we practicing with purple if the performance is red and blue? Shouldn't we be practicing with red and blue and then maybe do a purple?
Because they hate us, and I think it's just that. They're probably doing the purple ones because it's Pontfiore, and purple is their color.
Fuck that.
No.
But yeah.
Yeah.
So we performed for Crowley to see. He's saying we look great. It was beautiful. Everything.
He gives us tickets.
Oh, Crowley gives.
Sorry.
Yep. Crowley gives us all tickets, so we can invite a guest. As far as I'm aware, we each get one ticket to hand out.
Oh, I think we get a couple.
So Kaleem's just like, oh, I don't know.
I think we get like 2 or 3.
Or maybe it's like, maybe we only hand out one. I at least know that.
No, we give one.
But like Kaleem's saying, like Mom and
we give multiple to. Spoilers, they go to Malice, but we give him multiple because we're like, do you want to go with some of your friends?
oh, for some reason I thought we only had one ticket and we gave it to him. But I guess it probably was like, here's 4 tickets for you, Lilius of Beck and Silver.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like Kaleem's saying that like his family's renting out a theater at home to watch it. Jamil says he'll give it to his sister. Those are the only ones
I
that
like his sister.
say what they're doing with it.
His sister's pretty.
Then we're back to our dorm.
Anyway.
Whose sister? Oh, Jamil's sister? Yeah.
Yeah.
Najma.
The only redeeming
Najma?
quality of Jamil. Having a sister.
Okay, then. Okay. Then we're back at Ramchuckle and we see some lights outside, and it's Hornton!
Suntaro.
Sunazaru, whoever it said.
Suntaro.
We put it together that the card was from him, MD, the doctor. So we're just like, oh, that card was from you here. So we offer him our tickets. The picture shows 3 tickets. Oh yeah, he does say tickets to for some reason I thought we were only handing them to him. But so we hand him the tickets and he starts laughing because apparently we truly have no fear at all. And he'll accept our gracious invitation and he asks if we'll be in it, and then he's upset that we're the team manager. Pity. But I guess since Schroeden, I don't know how to say his last name, since Villain Asim will be in it, it should be quite the spectacle. Yeah, Schoenheit. It's just a lot of consonants.
Schönheit.
And German. So,
Yeah, it's German.
Yeah.
I know it's German. But yeah, so we give him to Mally, and then he disappears, and then the options are either, I think I just made his day, or whoops, I forgot to ask his name again.
I think if we would have been like, wait, come back, he would have been like, oh, I'm right back. Like, there's no way he went.
I know.
Whatever.
Wait, doctor, come back. We have another dream again, apparently just based on the thoughts from waking up. The wiki doesn't actually show us the dreams, just that we had them.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's the day of the song dance competition. Everyone's all excited, but they're also kind of sad that the training camp's over, but like they're ready to perform, they're excited. Klim was saying that he was too excited to go to sleep, and Jamil had to yell at him to go to sleep. So real, though.
Yeah.
Vil gives us the schedule for the day. Rehearsals start at noon, and then we have to be there for practice too. Like, we can't just sit around twiddling our thumbs, but we can. He gives us a staff pass so we can go walk around and see all of the booths before it opens, since we won't have time to do it today after they open. Everyone else is sad that they can't go look around, but Bill's just like, this is a 2-day event, you can go on day 2. So then they go to do their final checks.
We never get to see day 2.
Yeah,
Anyway.
we never see day 2. They really make it seem like day 1 all over.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
No.
I mean, I guess I don't know what they would have done with that. But so we go to look at booths.
The first thing Grim noticed is the food stalls, as he does. Sorry, I'm giving you a little break because your voice sounds like you need a break.
What a surprise. I don't know what it's been, but like the past couple weeks, my voice has just been like on the verge of breaking. but I haven't lost my voice at all yet. It just keeps cracking, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
So have fun listening to that.
But yeah, so Grim notices the booth, but we check out the stage. We go to the stage first. We're like, come on, Grim, stage first. And we run into Savannah Claw. Sorry, I see Leona in his PE uniform and I'm like, oh, look at you. Yeah, they're building our stage. Ruggy calls us cubs. He calls us ramshackle cubs. Yeah. But yeah, they're just making sure everything's up and ready to go. And Riddle stops by and is like, well, are you talking on the clock? You better be working. You better be working. Then Trey shows up with some drinks.
Oh yeah, you don't like Trey. I forgot about that.
He's just looking at me weird, okay? It's making me uncomfortable.
Is it because he has glasses?
No. It's because his eyebrows. Why does he look like that?
Okay, this is really random, but the amount of people that come into work and they'll like try on their glasses and they're like, can you adjust them? They look really crooked, and they're like gesturing to their eyebrows. They're like, they're not lining up, and it's just like, yes, because one of your eyebrows is like 2 inches higher than the other one. Of course it's gonna look crooked when you're basing it off your eyebrows. So they'll be like tilting the glasses sideways and be like, make them straight. And I'm like, they are straight. Your eyebrows aren't.
I would like
But okay.
touch their forehead and push their eyebrow down. There you go.
No, we just told them, we're like, actually, we base straightness based on like where it falls on your cheeks, not your eyebrows, because those aren't all. No one's eyebrows are completely even, you know, like. And then they'll still stare at the mirror for like a solid 2 minutes and be like, these are crooked. It's like, no, they're not.
Okay. Yeah, and then Riddle is talking to Leona and everyone else and being like, okay, where's everything at? I want to make sure everything's good. I want to make sure safety is good. Like, it's important. And they're getting up. They're doing all good. And that's about it. And then Riddle's like, okay, get to work. See you later. And yeah. Oh, and Jack tells Grim to tell... Fuck, who is it? I went to the next chapter.
Apple?
Yeah, okay. Jack tells Grim to tell Apple not to embarrass himself. In front of Jack.
Like a boyfriend would.
That is, I'm gonna be honest, I do see something there.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I see something there too. I was just saying it's also there.
Yeah. For me, who doesn't see stuff there often, I see something there. Anyway.
Yeah, a little something.
Okay, and so Riddle and Trey... Stop looking at me, Trey! Stop!
I thought you were about to yell at Cookie.
No, he's looking at me! I'm gonna, like... It's okay, you guys. You seriously don't understand. It's, like, nasty. Stop.
It's fully just his school uniform art.
It's so bad. I'm like trying to cover it so I won't be able to tell who's talking. Everyone's covered right now. Okay.
Everything's really pixelated because again I'm on my phone, so I'm just trying to zoom in on Trey's little emoticon, but it's all blurred. It's just green hair.
It's just his school uniform art.
I don't know. That I can't. Okay. Anyway, so Riddle and Trey are bringing us around. They're kind of explaining what the whole thing is about, how seniors have booths to exhibit their research and findings, and you can just browse, see if anything piques your interest. And then you can... he's peeking out behind the paper. Stop. Okay.
What?
I'll send a picture, but I have like a paper up against my PC right now, hiding everyone's faces. But okay, so they kind of explain that the seniors go off campus to like go do hands-on learning and whatnot. Mm-hmm. And I mean, we already talked about this, but you know, just letting you know in case you forgot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, who says this? Oh, it's Trey. Never mind.
Who says this? No.
I bamboozled. Okay.
You've been bamboozled.
Oh, and then they talk about like which association and union does which. And Riddle's like, the Arcane Response Unit is kind of like the Police and Organizations Unit. Wait, no. There's Police and Organizations Unit, Fire and Police Organization, but like the elite people go into the Arcane. And Grimm's like, that sounds cool. I want to be part of that. And then Riddle's like, I'm not sure they take monsters, but okay, you try it. And then, okay. You know, I can't handle this. I can't keep this up. I'm just gonna have to cover his face. Just his face. Okay.
Struggling with the paper.
Yes, I am. I also like to point out that it's just a giant sticker of Lilia's General Groovy.
Amazing.
Perfect.
Yeah. So yes, so you just got, he's like explaining that there's a lot of hard things you have to do to be a modern mage. And Trey goes into talking about the culture fair isn't just stuffy research. There's also like booths you can visit for fun. Like the science club is running a decorative plant cafe, which sounds super cool. So we go in there, and we check it out, and it's in the greenhouse, and they're just...
It's just a cafe. It is just a cafe.
It is just a cafe. And then we go to a classroom where the gargoyle study booth is. What's this place supposed to be? It's got statues of scary-looking monsters. That's how Grimm sounds in my brain, by the way.
British?
Since when is Grimm a posh little British child? English child?
I don't know.
Scary-looking monsters.
What's with all the scary-looking monsters?
Definitely Grimm.
No, just no.
He's got like a... If he's got an English accent, he's got like a deep London British accent, you know? Like he's swearing every other every two other words.
Like a Cockney accent or something?
Yeah. There's a
that
guy
I could see. That's not Cockney.
I'm reading Riddle now.
Oh, okay.
Sorry,
Riddle can have a posh British accent.
This is how Riddle sounds in my brain. I'm sorry, you have to be tormented with this.
You're right. That's how he sounds to me too.
There's a gargoyle.
Yeah. Riddle is British. We've gone over this before. The Queen of Roses is Britain.
I know, I'm sorry. I just switched from not actually reading the script to reading the script in funny accents.
Heck yeah.
Engraved sculptures that serve as a part of the system of rain gutters. This club is chaired by Malice.
houseboat in empty insomnia, but ellipses. Wait, does that mean Trey also has a posh British
Random.
accent, but not in the same posh British accent tone?
Yeah, all 4 of them do.
Yes. I feel like he'd have standard English accent.
Yeah.
Like, not posh, but it's there.
Yeah. I could see. Okay, if we're doing this now, my headcanon is Riddle sounds super posh. Like, he has the. Oh, what's the abbreviation for it? I learned how to do it ages
Who knows?
ago. So I don't remember it anymore.
Is it the royal one? The royal posh?
Yeah, like RP. He is an RP British
Yeah.
accent. And then Trey and Ace just have like generic British accents, and Deuce has a Cockney accent in my head.
Yeah. Yes.
You're the British one here.
Me?
Yeah. Did you like live in Britain or something?
Maybe T? Okay, to be fair, the person I lived with didn't really have an accent.
How
I'm
dare.
saying, am I right or wrong? Did I get their personalities right?
No, you got it pretty spot on, but I only really
Okay.
lived... I'm not doxing myself here because I don't live there anymore, but I lived in, like, Brighton, and if you don't know where that is, it's where a lot of international people like to live, a lot of YouTubers like to live. They also hold the biggest Pride event of, like, the world there. It's
Oh
a
yeah.
whole week long. It takes place in August.
Nice.
Yeah.
I will say, thinking more about it, I'm changing my answer just slightly. Ace is Irish.
No.
No.
Because he's a ginger.
No.
No.
He has a little bit of Irish in him.
I cannot picture him.
Or Scottish.
like,
or Scottish.
He might be Irish. He might be that heritage, but he does not have that
Okay.
accent.
Anyway, and then Riddle is just telling us about how Mally is extremely capable, but he's, like, never punctual. But he's never been the most punctual fellow. Yeah. The Trey's like, yeah, no one's gonna do anything. It's Mally's exhibit. Don't worry, guys.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if anyone heard that, but he just huffed really loud.
I didn't
Okay.
hear that.
And then we go to the board game club, and we see Idia, and he's stressing. He is stressing.
As you do.
Yeah. And then he's like talking to himself. He's like, "Oh, I'm like setting up my voice chat with Avatar. No, what is it? He's setting up his voice
Vocaloid
software
system.
Yeah, his Vocaloid system. But Riddle's like, "Oh,
Basically what it is.
Yeah. Riddle's like, what are you doing?" And then Idia calls him an instructor. Yeah.
Yeah, I still
Yeah.
don't get that.
Does that mean he called?
Was that their English?
Does he?
Was that their English way of him calling him senpai
Oh,
or
maybe.
something?
Does he call him senpai?
I don't know.
That'd be so funny.
I feel like that was a canon thing that he does call him.
Probably.
Like, I thought that was just a canon thing that, like, everyone called them.
Maybe.
But he's also a house warden, and he's a third year.
Who? Riddle? Riddle's a second year.
Edie is a third year.
Yeah, Idia's a third year, but yeah, why is Idia calling Riddle, who's his younger instructor? Actually, you know what? He probably does call him senpai. knowing Idia's lingo, knowing it was in Japanese, knowing senpai does mean teacher, someone who's older, or instructor, he probably called them senpai.
He uses she after everyone's first name except for Ortho, who he uses no honorifics for, according to Twist Archives 4 years ago.
Yeah.
On Tumblr.
But seeing as how Riddle is like, since when am I an instructor? I'm guessing in this sense he calls him senpai. Anyway, and then Edie's like, never mind, ignore that. And Riddle's like, okay, are you all set for your presentation? And Edie's like, yep, all good, no worries, see you there. He actually he's. He's.
Mm-hmm.
Hee. Not surprised.
Yeah. And then Riddle starts like kind of talking about it. Technomancy is what. Sorry, Cookie's doing some weird stuff. But anyway, it's called Technomancy. And Riddle's excited or looking forward to seeing it. And Idia's like, I've got some last minute prep. Go talk to Ortho about the board game stuff. So we go talk to Ortho, and we do some VR board game.
No, we don't play it. He just tells us about it.
We don't actually do it, but
Yeah. He just tells us about it, which is so dumb, because then it never goes anywhere. Like, I thought maybe they would...
No, he does say, and you can play the Technomatic VR board game my brother developed.
Yeah, and then he tells us about it, but then we don't actually play it.
How rude!
Which is, like, so dumb, because I thought they were going to bring it up in Book 6. That felt like a setting up for Book 6 moment to me.
Yeah.
But then it didn't.
Oh.
Like, they never brought it back in Book 6 or anything.
Oh.
So, I love this game. I really do. I think they throw in I think they throw in too much into the main story. There's no reason for any of these scenes.
Yeah.
Just like see our favorite characters we haven't seen in a while, you know? Like I miss Ortho, even though we only just met him in this book canonically.
I mean, yeah, but like the only actually plot relevant thing that happens within this like chunk of like 10 chapters is that we meet the 7 dwarfs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Azul comes through and he's like, hey.
Nothing important happens.
Nothing
He sends us to go
important.
see the Tweels. That's it.
Riddle is not pleased with this.
Yeah.
We see Floyd and Riddle's lovely relationship again. We also see Jade's mushroom collection.
Uh-huh.
I don't mind the mushroom collection, you know?
The PA is like 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
5-minute warning.
And then we all run off. We leave Floyd and whatever his face is, Jade. And then we're off to get foods with Grim and Trey. A bunch of random people who are talking about, oh boy. Okay, so the PA system is like, thanks for your patience. The culture fair is now open. And everyone's like, yippee! And they're all rushing to go to the CDC, the STC stage. CDC. Shut up. And Sebek's like, you there, human, no running. Stop looking at your smartphone while walking. Fuck off, Dad. And then Silver's like, the same day ticket raffle is not first come, first serve. Follow the staff's instruction and stay in line. Are they guards?
Basically.
They're like
Yeah.
crowd
Okay.
control.
Oh yeah, okay, cool. They are. How sweet of them.
It's because they're the equestrian club. They deal with horses.
Uh-huh.
And then Sebek's being racist. He's like, wretched humans. And Riddle's like, how many times do I have to tell you to stop referring to people as humans? And Silver's like, yeah, your rudeness will reflect poorly on Mal and Lilia. Choose your words more carefully. And then Sebek starts yelling. Yeah. Do. Unimportant. Oh, sneezy boy.
And then we
Achoo.
meet the 7 dwarves.
What?
And then they run away.
Oh, yeah.
Sneezy
And then we
boy.
see Chenya!
Chinya.
I'm sorry. These are
I got a
so
Webkinz
funny. I
open.
can't believe they named them this. I mean, I know this isn't what their names are, but Sneezy Boy, Reliable Boy, and then we get their names, but you know, whatever. And then we get Grumpy Boy.
And then there's also Grumpy, whose name is Grum.
So funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were trying to stick with the, although I don't know which of the dwarves is supposed to be reliable boy.
I think it's Doc. Because he's got glasses.
Probably Doc, yeah.
His name is Dominic. Yeah, I think it's Doc.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. And then Chenya. He's
I love
talking about.
Chenya. I
He's
love
talking
Chenya.
about them. Yeah.
I think I've mentioned it on the podcast before, but I ship Riddle, Trey, and Chenya.
Yes.
I love them.
I can see it. My voice really be
Drink
giving
some
out.
water.
Water.
I happen. There you go, water.
Okay, so we see Chenya, and then he goes away because we got to finish making our rounds. And then we pop in on the Pop Music Club for a second, and then we find out that Lilia knows Tsuntaro, and then everyone else figures out that this is Malice at this point. At this point, we have not.
Yeah.
Because we don't know who Malleus is.
And then...
Well, everyone else, as in us, you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we
Yeah.
kind of already knew, but you know, whatever.
The actual character.
Well, we know,
MC.
obviously.
Yeah.
Like, the player knows at this point, but
MC
you
doesn't.
Yeah. And then Riddle sends us on our way to the VDC rehearsal. And here's where we find out that Ace gave his tickets to Riddle and Trey. And then rehearsal time. I don't. Oh, my fan's
Rehearsal?
turned on again. But it's just a tech rehearsal. It's just I've been through these many times before. Oh, Neige comes to say hi to Bill. And yeah.
He calls him V. Oh.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if that was supposed to be V or Vi.
Oh, I didn't even notice
Because
that.
neither one makes sense.
Bill. V?
And that also doesn't make sense. That just doesn't sound like
I
a
can
nickname.
get V as just the letter. I can get V. Because it's just saying the first
But
letter
then
of
it
their
would
name.
be VEE. I don't know.
I don't know.
It's
He calls
probably
him a weird
Vi.
nickname that is spelled VI, and we don't know how it's pronounced.
Maybe it's just a typo and it's supposed to say
they
Bill.
said it's in every time Neige calls his name, though, so
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know.
I just automatically read it as Bill, so I didn't
Yeah.
even notice.
I mean, it's pretty easy to. Neige basically speaks in exclamation points, so every time it's accompanied by an exclamation point. But yeah, so Neige comes to say hi, and then Bill goes, "Oh, hi, we have to start rehearsal, so you have to go away," and then makes some vaguely threatening comments that everyone brushes off except for Rook. And then Twist Tune, and it's another one of the purple ones, and we hate them. We've already been over this.
Oh, it's because we're on the purple stage. Oh.
Huh?
Oh. Sorry. I know my thing picked it up, but I don't. I know the recording didn't pick up, but the recording picked it up, but the voice chat didn't. It's because we're on the purple stage. Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
guess.
still don't think so. I don't.
Either that or they're fucking with us. Anyway.
I think they might just be fucking with us. But yeah, then we have it's rehearsal, and then Vil wants to go review the footage afterward, and we find out that they're posting clips of the dances to social media, which that feels weird to me. I don't know, you shouldn't, because you're
Why does it
not
feel
supposed
weird?
to post rehearsals to social media.
Are they?
Like, they're full, like, pictures are fine, but videos?
Oh.
Well, they said it's only 10
But still.
seconds.
Oh, like in Dancing, I think it's like Dancing with Our Stars, where they do like little excerpts of the characters dancing, like practicing, but it's not
Competitors?
whatever they are. But yeah, they just do little like excerpts of like their practice, but they don't really show you the whole thing, and then you don't really actually know where it goes.
But that's different, because they mute the audio, don't they?
Yeah.
Like, they have them talking over it. And they show them in their practice clothes, not in the outfits on the stage with the music playing.
I assumed they were practicing in their outfits since they just look like the
Yeah,
school
exactly.
uniforms.
They are. That's what... On Dancing with the Stars, they show them in the studio, they cut the music, and they show them in their practice clothes. In the video that they're posting on social
Got
media
it.
in this game, they're showing basically the full performance.
What if it's like a little clip? Does it say 10 seconds? I'm not sure.
No.
It
Oh,
does
10
say that
second,
it...
yeah.
No, it does later.
But still...
When they come up to say, like, hey, we're doing 10-second clips. Do you mind if we do a little interview
And
with you?
also, they should have cleared that with the groups ahead of time instead of telling them after they had recorded and posted it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they said Crowley gave
Still
them
should have cleared
permission.
it with the groups. It's the
They gave
people.
permission
the
for the
groups are the
recording, but
people
they
who are
didn't.
in the videos. Crowley doesn't get to clear that.
Oh,
Everyone
they
else
don't
needs to like
post
sign a
it.
release.
They don't post it until they get.
I was gonna say that probably was some release.
Yeah, it says they don't.
It probably was like you sign up for SDC, you clear us to use your face in broadcast and promotions and all that.
But it says they don't post it until after they say, "Would you be willing to review our footage and whatnot?" Oh, but Bill's like, "No, thank you. Now, if you'll excuse me."
Whatever.
He didn't seem happy.
It still
about
feels
that.
weird to me. Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah.
The video goes up, gets super popular immediately. Vil goes to talk to Mira again. He's winning.
Yippee! Go, Phil.
And then Nej goes and practices, and they do, yo-ho.
Yo-ho. Yo-ho.
Which we do not
Not
get
yet.
in the end.
But yeah. And then,
Yeah, it like said twice. It's like Twist Tune has been cut for the English version, but we still
Yeah.
get the gems.
Which is so sad. Why they do us like that?
there were issues with the voice actors, like his label, his music label.
Okay, I guess.
I don't know why it says unspecified reasons. Like, they've come out and said it was there are very specific, like, conditions that his label has him under.
I mean, maybe once they put this up, it hadn't been known yet, and they just never went back and fixed it.
Hopefully we'll get it with the anime,
I mean, probably.
Yeah. Yeah, then everybody, or Rook and Vil are immediately like, oh, they've outdone us, and everybody else is like, they're just singing a kid's song.
A collection of
Are
kids'
they?
songs.
Oh, yeah.
I think it did say that it's a collection. It's an arrangement of Shaftland children's songs.
A Shaftland children's song.
Oh.
It's just one.
Never mind then.
It's just
That makes more
Yoho.
sense.
I feel
Or as
like
they call it in Japanese, Yahoo.
Yahoo!
I feel like
Yahoo! Yahoo!
I feel like we've had this conversation before, but I know that the only two people who were going to win weren't Naze or Bill, but I don't think either of them should have won, because I don't know.
I mean, okay.
Going through this, I feel like our conversation when we had that last time is the conversation was this is like a boy band type of thing going on, like more teen demographic. But reading this, it makes it seem like, oh, it's everything. I mean, it is everything. So I guess what they're doing would win, but like,
Okay. Here's my thing. NRC doesn't deserve to win because Vil is a terrible director. RSA doesn't deserve to win because their performance isn't up to the standards that was set for us for this competition. But it's Nej. He is in universe the most famous celebrity. He is in universe Timothy Chalamet. He is Twisted Wonderland Timothy Chalamet, basically.
oh my god.
Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
Fancast.
Am I wrong? This is a genuine question. I don't keep up with celebrities.
I don't either. That's why I can't tell you if you are.
I can't hear you. I don't know if you're talking.
I'm just like sighing. I'm like sighing very loud. And, like I can't even. I'm sorry. Oh my god. Okay. So like I'm not necessarily in a bunch of like celebrity groups, but Sunny is, and Sunny and I obviously talk about them a lot. So Timothy Chalamet is like kind of a meme where people know him, but like don't really know him. They just think he's funny looking.
Okay.
I have seen memes saying that Timothy Chalamet is going to be the new Benedict Cumberbatch in the way that you could be like, oh, you know, tomato charcuterie, that guy. Like, you can just say random things and people know who you're talking about.
Okay, so maybe vibes-wise, not Timothy Chalamet. Maybe more Tom Holland.
No, Nick. No, you're
Yeah, we like Tom
correct.
Holland.
He does look like Timothy Chalamet. He gives Timothy Chalamet vibes.
I didn't mean like look like. I meant more like how popular he is and just his general vibes.
I think Timothy Chalamet is probably pretty popular. I just don't feel like he is in my book.
Okay.
I only know him as Wonka, and apparently he was
like
in
the main
Dune.
Character.
Yeah, I don't know. I only know him as Wonka, and like, not a bad movie, but me and my friend both saw the movie and we're just like, so this doesn't really explain how Wonka just starts making kids into candy. Like, where's that origin story?
Yeah, I don't know.
Watch the original Willy Wonka. You cannot tell me those kids did not become put in the chocolate bars. Like,
I still haven't seen Wonka, and I don't care to. Anyway.
You're not missing out. Like, it was a thing. We saw it at the, like, $5 theater, you know?
Anyway, yeah, so RSA, one of them was going to win because Vil or Nej are both super famous. And NRC, what? Sorry, somebody messaged me. Do we want to talk about it or?
Huh?
I don't know. Anyway.
Uh.
I don't know. We don't know what's happening anymore.
Oh. Anyway. Yeah, NRC did not deserve to win. For reasons that are very obvious, I feel like, to everyone. People just refused to see it because we want our boys to win. I didn't. I wanted them to lose this whole time. I'm sorry. They deserve the loss.
How dare.
But like, they deserve the loss. Bill is a horrible director, and if your director is bad, then the show is gonna be bad. Anyway.
I'm not saying you're wrong. Anyway.
And also, they have it set up that RSA are the heroes and NRC are the villains, and the villains always lose. So.
I mean, yeah, that kind of is the whole point
I'm
of
not
the
a villain.
So,
You know-
yeah, I thought it was super obvious that RSA was going to win. I don't know why. I mean, I know why hating the ending, like, why everyone hates the ending of Book 5, but, like, it's entirely logical to me.
It is.
It makes sense. There was no
I
other way
get
this
them
could have gone.
losing. I hate how they lose.
I think I personally hate that it's Rook who says it. Like, it could have been anyone else. Like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I hate that too. Just because it's BS. He shouldn't be if you are focusing on the dance, you should not be focusing on, like, you shouldn't be able to, He shouldn't have been able to tell. And I get that he's Rook, but, like, still.
I feel like you've talked about that
Not
before.
on the podcast.
Like,
Not
I
on the-
remember
I
you
don't
saying...
think.
Okay, I was gonna say, I remember you saying that, like, as someone who's been a dancer, like, if you're doing your own thing in the back, you are not watching
You
everyone
are
else.
watching everyone else for spacing,
I
and
don't
if you
know
have
when
any
you would
bits
have
that
said it.
interact with other people. That is it.
yup. That's what I
Yeah.
did for show choir.
Otherwise, you are in your lane, doing your thing, singing your part. So,
Yeah, I don't mind that they lose. I don't like how they lose. Like, they make it very unrealistic, in my opinion.
I mean, it's Rook.
But we're technically
Yeah.
not at that part yet, so...
anyway, Nej does an interview. I didn't actually read it. I don't care.
Spoilers, they lose. That's valid.
Nej does an interview. Vil starts to overplot. Yeah. He goes down into the dressing room to meet Nej and gives him a bottle of poisoned apple juice, and then Rook takes the bottle of poisoned apple juice and sends Nej away, and then Kalim's there and he takes the bottle of poisoned apple juice and throws it on the ground and it starts dissolving the Colosseum.
Jesus Christ.
No, it started bubbling, and then it turned into mist. I don't think it was dissolving something.
For some reason, I always took
Alright.
that as it was, like, starting to dissolve the floor underneath them. I don't know why.
I mean, maybe. I just know they say it starts bubbling, and then they say it turned into the, like, poison gas.
Oh, yeah, also in the conversation, Rook drops his nickname for Nej, Roi de Neige. And then
Wait
Nej
a
gets tipped off
minute.
to something, but at this point we don't know what it is yet.
Where are we?
I hate that.
What?
Ugh.
Oh, okay.
I hate that whole
What?
thing. The whole Asian
I
Rook thing, I
find
hate
it so
it.
funny. I ship them.
It makes me so uncomfy. I know you do.
Listen.
I don't ship Rook with anyone. not for reasons of I don't like shipping, but like for reasons of that's a dangerous red flag, man.
I
Rook
mean,
deserves
yes,
to
but
be
also,
alone.
I think it's funny.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll get into it. We're not there yet.
Anyway,
Uh,
yeah, then Vil overblots, and we start fighting him. Do we have... No, we don't have a fight there. And then Jamil comes and saves everyone with the magic carpet. Yay! Because he just knew that Kalim was gonna do something
Yay.
stupid and almost get himself killed.
Oh.
okay, yes, Kalim is doing something stupid in the sense that he's just running into it head on. But they, like... You have Rook, who knows this is poison apple juice, so he's gonna stop Nage from drinking it, and then immediately proceeds to look at Vil and is just like, what if I just take a
He's
sip?
egging him on.
And they're like, why would you drink that? And he's like, because either then I'd prove that he didn't poison it, and that there's, like, he didn't stoop that low, or I'd get to know what his poison tastes like, what that, like, pure, utter beauty and hatred would taste like. I'm like, what
Rook
the
is a
frick?
freak.
Shivers. Bad shivers.
Rook is a freak.
freak.
He's like, I'd be fine dying as long as I got to taste this first. It's like,
Freak.
no. Freak. Although, well, I guess they do never specify what kind of poison it was. Like, whether or not it would have just been kind of the same effect of, like, you're going to be paralyzed for 24 hours, or if this was straight up going to kill him. Like, we all
Yeah.
assume it would kill him, but, like,
The
I
mist,
guess
all
we
it does
technically don't know.
is immobilize someone. I
That
wonder
would
if...
work.
I wonder if that's his spell, is the immobilization. Like, he can't do anything else. They never really get super into it. I wonder if it's...
I kind of just assumed that the immobilization was because, like if you would have straight up drank it, it would have killed you, but, like, just breathing in the fumes is less potent, so that's why it's just paralyzing you.
Caden, what is that?
But it probably is just straight
What is what?
paralyzing.
What is...
Huh?
You know what I'm asking you about.
I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you're talking about.
Caden added another
Anyway.
emote. Anyway...
Sorry to
That is
I
cute,
like
Sorry to
that
actually.
interrupt your conversation. I blinked out. But this is why you should join our Discord, because if you join our
Do it. We haven't done it yet.
If you join our Discord, we will hold on, let me pull up the thing. Sorry guys. Give me a second. Give me a second.
We will.
Sorry. Me will. Me will.
Me will.
Me will. Shush. If you join our Discord, I will do a stage time event where I personally, Wonder and Tulsa might also be there, but I doubt Wonder is going to be there. We'll be reading Wonder's Only Twisted Wonderland fanfic. This event cannot be recorded and it cannot be posted elsewhere. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Unless we set another goal. And unfortunately,
We just keep setting goals.
unfortunately, bots do not count.
Nor
and
do
neither
we.
do we. Yes. We do
We are
have
bots.
quite a few bots. That's just because we were having trouble with the rolls. So don't worry about that, okay?
It's all
But
set now.
anyways,
I'm gonna worry.
yes. We also have a ton of emojis, which if emotes, which if you have heard from past recordings, I have been slowly making more every time we do something.
Yeah, so if you join the Discord, you can also tell when we're recording because it's when 5 new emotes get added.
I've been slowing down recently though, because I still have to add to Lissa's emotes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, if you join our Discord, you also get emotes of our faces.
Oh yeah.
Yay!
Who wouldn't want that?
We also have a meme channel where I post the absolute worst things you could ever think of, like Cater Tots, and it's just Cater's face.
What?
Photoshopped on Tater Tot.
When was
Did you not see that one? Oh, it was a bit ago. Yeah. Cater Tots.
Oh.
Oh, I found it. Cater tots. Oh, okay.
Anyway. We're fighting Vils over blood. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. End of commercial.
Yeah. We fight Vils over blood, and then Deuce
Commercial.
does the thing again.
Woo.
The thing where he just puts a whole bunch of...
He doubles down.
So dumb. What is his original... Like, what is it in the Japanese?
Isn't it? Oh, it's like,
Don't people are home.
It has something to do with bet.
I'm just gonna look it up.
It's like
Bet the
it's
limit?
like bet the max or something.
Is it Bet the Limit? I think it might be.
Sure. Maybe. I think it had bet in it.
You guys missed the part where Jamil uses his mind control on Nej.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
They did not have...
So
Yeah.
Jamil.
Go ahead.
Jamil came and he evacuated the stage because he knew something was going to happen. And how he does that is he goes up to Nej and he asks for an autograph, and they're like, "Oh, what would you like me to sign?" And he's like, "Oh, just look over here." And mind control, he's like, "You're going to go sing
Here's this
in the
mic.
parking lot now.
Go sing in the parking
Have fun
lot.
with that." Yeah, he's like, "Go sing to the people waiting outside." And apparently the dwarves would join him. So yeah, he evacuated the building. So now it's literally just our song dance or SDC group in the stage, purple stage. Everyone else is gone, and there's now a thick wall of poison blocking us in, so we can't leave. Otherwise, it really hurts to touch, as the brain cell duo found
there
out.
was like...
So we're
Okay,
all
hang
now
on.
fighting Niche. Not Niche.
Hang
We're
on.
fighting Bill.
There is like one... Not
Hang
even...
on.
No, okay. Nej is gone by this point. There is one chapter between when Nej left and when Jamil arrives in the hallway.
He works fast.
No.
He's zooming.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
he says, when I saw the look on Ville's face after Nej's rehearsal, I had a feeling something was brewing. And he got to work.
But Nej was there. Like, he was here in the conversation. And
I
then
feel like
Rook told him to go. Rook told him to leave. And then immediately Khalil
Yeah, and
came.
then the second
and then
Rook
a chapter later,
Rook tells him to
Jamil
leave.
was there.
I think it's...
Well, he was like waiting for him outside the hall. He's like,
yeah,
he's
probably.
coming. Go.
I don't know.
He's like 10 feet away. He's
Okay,
just
but like
out of
knowing
hearing
how big
distance.
some of the theaters I've been in are, like the backstage area, and considering this is a coliseum, there's no way.
He had Nage
Mage would have had to
sprint.
have sprint out, and then he would have had to have sprint back.
Yeah.
He's on the carpet.
He's on the
zooming.
carpet.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
maybe that's how he got there in time, but like, how
He
did
picked
Nage
him up.
get out
He
in
plopped
time?
Nage off.
I don't know.
Who knows?
He put Nage on the carpet. He dropped him in the parking lot, sped
I don't
back.
care about how
Then
Nage
the
got
cloud
out of the
goes up,
Coliseum.
and
I
he's
care about
locked
how
in.
Nage got to Jamil.
Okay, what
He walked
if...
down the hallway.
What if it's taking longer than it takes us to read? What if they're, like, stopping between the sentences? They're, like, taking breaths. They're, like...
What if this?
like how we talk.
What if this one chapter actually takes 20 minutes?
Like a One Piece episode.
I don't know. I don't like it. This whole... Yeah.
Here. What is it?
Anyway,
what if
yeah, so
the-
we're fighting Vil.
Oh, they talk a lot. That's a good. I'm not saying that's a good 10 minutes, but that's a good 5 minutes.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're fighting Vil, and then Deuce does his signature spell, which was Bet the Limit in Japanese. I did look it up, and again, I prefer the Japanese version.
Okay.
Bet the Limit. It's card themed.
Most of the time we do.
It's card themed, and it's not, or at least it's not as obviously card themed, and I don't get it.
Double down.
If it is card themed,
Yeah.
I don't get it. Someone explain it to me. But
Wait, what?
Double Down.
What's the original one?
Bet
Double
the
Down?
Limit.
Bet the limit. I don't understand Bet the Limit, but I understand Double Down as a card reference.
Like, you're betting, and I'm gonna bet the limit in poker. Like, the limit's $5, I'm betting the limit. Here's $5.
I don't like that. Ugh. Anyway,
How is double down cards?
like in war.
Who knows?
Like in war.
Eh?
You know, when you play war and you go to war, you do
Yeah.
the double.
Yeah. Huh.
Or like you're.
We never called it that.
There's this game, I can't remember what it is, but you're like, oh, I'm going to double down on this. Maybe that's poker as well. Maybe.
I was gonna say war is the one where you split the deck, and then you flip the cards, and whoever has
But when you
The-
go to.
higher card picks up all the cards, and then if you have the same card, then you gotta put 2 cards down.
Yeah, that's called going
then
to
you
war.
flip.
Like there's war and then you go to war is when you have the same card.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what war is. I don't know where double down would be in
You
war.
put 2 cards down. You double down on the amount you
Okay.
have.
Okay, whatever.
Okay, and then we go into the flashback.
Ooh.
Yep.
Sorry guys, my dad's bringing me food, so
Okay.
fast. Okay.
Nice.
Flashback. Vil's talking to his dad. I love Vil's dad.
I was gonna say, I honestly did not expect his dad to be supportive. I forgot about the whole flashback, and I thought it was gonna be like a Riddle's mom situation. But his dad is so supportive.
His dad has the right perspective on the villain characters.
We
Vil
love his
doesn't.
dad.
His dad is hot. His
Yeah.
dad is hot. Anyway.
see his
Have
dad.
you not seen Vil's dad?
Have you? What? Oh
Hold
my god. I'll
on.
send a
No.
picture. I'll send
Hold
a
on.
picture.
Hold on, please. Oh my god. Have you not seen Vil's?
I didn't realize this was gonna be a thing.
I have such a big smile on my face right now because I know you're about to send a picture of his dad, and I'm so excited to see him, and I'm so
I
excited.
almost sent it to my. Almost sent it to my gay anime server. For
They
no
can see it
reason.
too.
In our Skate the Infinity channel. There you go. There's Eric Venue,
name's
aka
Eric.
Bill's dad. His name is Eric
Yeah.
Venue. His last name is Venue.
That's... Yeah.
Okay, I'm clicking. Okay.
Can't believe you've never seen it.
Is that your
Okay.
only response? Just okay.
Yeah.
He's so dapper looking.
I don't like old
Damn,
guys.
that sounds like a you issue.
So that's just.
I'm sorry. I could tell we're I could tell
It's
we're all
just a
laughing
dude.
because like it's silent on like the recording, but like I know we're laughing a little too hard for it. It's okay. Yes.
I don't see why this picture got that much of a reaction out of you guys, but personal preference, I guess.
I guess.
I'm not even like I. I just find it funny.
You find
I mean,
everything funny,
yeah.
is what I've been gathering.
But also, like,
Wonder's just
I've said it before. I've said it before on the podcast. I'm lesbian, so I'm not into men.
Wonder's just
I just find it funny to
feeling my
pretend I am. I just find it
Yeah.
funny to pretend I am.
I like the idea of men. That's the thing.
I don't even like the
The
idea of
idea.
men. Men are disgusting.
Not the actual
I saw
idea,
a
but just
post-
like the physical, not the physical, but like a picture of a man. That's it.
And just to be clear, I'm joking
I
when
saw
I
a
say
post
men
where
are
it was
disgusting.
like, what's...
Yeah.
Yeah, we're joking. There was a post where it's like, what's a big red flag in real life, but is so nice in fiction, and it just said men.
Yeah.
Anyway. Okay.
Anyway,
Just
we're almost
joking.
done. There's 10 chapters
Okay.
left, but they're all pretty
Flashback.
short.
Yeah. Vil is talking to his dad, and he's like, talking about he got an audition at the musical for school drama. Sorry. He's going to be in the musical school drama. And Vil's like, Eric, that's his dad, in case you weren't listening. He's super excited. And he's like, awesome, what role are you playing this time? And Vil's like, oh, the star's rival, the villain. Or he's like, it's another mean villain. And Eric is like, oh, well, the director's got smarts, picking the cutest boy in the world as his villain. And Vil's like, but do I look mean?
Yes.
And Eric... Well, look,
He
as a
does.
boy, maybe not. Like, as a baby.
As a
Yeah.
child, we give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah. Eric's like, oh, far from it. You're an exceptionally beautiful, charming boy. But stories wouldn't have any dramatic flair without villains. They're essential. And everything. And...
And the
Okay.
villains are the fun ones to play.
Yeah.
Like I've said it before,
But-
I will take
I know.
Yeah.
Like he's
I will
saying-
take a villain over a hero role any day. Unless it's Telemachus from Epic the Musical.
Anyway.
My mind, for some reason, thought you were saying, like, I wouldn't play this villain, so I just sat there for a solid 5 seconds, like,
No,
Telemachus
is
isn't
a
a
hero,
villain.
and he's my dream role.
I know. I misinterpreted what you were saying.
Anyway.
there. Anyway. I like how supportive his dad is, and he's like, you should be proud about getting this role. Like, half the time they're more selective with their casting for the villain than for the hero. And Bill's just like, sure.
Which is true.
Alright. Like, I do get Vil's reasoning for not wanting to play the villain, because he says, like, the villain never stays on stage for the whole play. Once their role is finished, all they do is watch from the shadows. Like, he wants the happy ending. I get that. But at the same time, like, you're still getting impressive roles. You're still getting, like, he got a, like, $1 million offer, and he's just like, absolutely not. Because he
But
doesn't want to
also,
play
like-
the villain. Like, I get wanting to play the hero, but you shouldn't be turning down every single role because it's
But
not.
also, like, I've worked on several plays and been in several plays where the villain is actually on stage more than the hero. And the villain does, like, they only get booted off stage with, like, 2 minutes left in the show. Not even. So,
Yeah, typically. Yeah, because depending on what it is, you're not going to kill the villain off and then still have, like, another hour left, unless it's then immediately
Yeah.
followed by a new villain. It's like, villain's gone, time for our
Yeah.
5-minute little happy ending,
yeah. Like,
wrap up.
the play I'm working on now, there are 3 scenes that the villain's not in. And, like, one of them is because the hero is hiding from the villain, and the other 2 have to do with the hero's love interest. So there would be no reason for the villain to be in it. Those scenes. And then like I said, the villain is on stage more than the hero in this show. So yeah.
Villains are just better because like we want to know the villain's backstory. We want to know what brought them to that point. We don't really care about the hero's backstory. Yet that's the one we're getting.
That's why we play this game. Is because we like the villains. We wouldn't be playing this game if we didn't like villains.
Exactly. Very true.
Anyway, we have less than a half hour left. We should keep going.
Yeah. Then it cuts to they're outside and there are kids and they're like pointing at Bill and they're just like, hey, that's the one mean guy on TV. Like, how can he be so mean? That's pretty messed up. He kind of looks like a wimp up close, and they're saying they're pretty much going to go beat up Bill because he was mean on TV. And then Jack shows off and scares them off because everyone's scared of Jack,
he's
apparently.
a 6-foot wolf man.
And Jack's just like, oh, hey. We don't know how tall he is at this point. I'm picturing him as like, well, I suppose a 12-year-old technically could be like 6 foot tall.
Yeah.
But
he's a wolf man. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm sure he's taller than the rest of them, but I'm picturing his child.
And then he goes and defends Bill and tells him he looks pretty.
But yeah, so
basically.
Jack's...
And also that he's really strong.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we cut to... Yeah?
Bill's snippy here. Like, Jack's asking, he's like, are you okay? Are you alright? And Bill's just like, I'm trained in boxing and fencing. I could have fended them off without your help. And he's just like, oh. Mm-hmm. Okay then, sorry. Like, I get he's defensive, but like, he was just trying to help.
And then
Hi. Sorry, I'm back.
Okay.
I disappeared for a sec. Cookie's barking because my dad got here.
Okay. Was your recording still running? Just muted?
Yes.
Okay.
Not muted, but I just gave the timestamp for you.
Okay, cool.
Oh, I had to run some places. Okay, what did you go over? Sorry.
Yelling about how Vil has incorrect opinions on villain roles once again, and then the Jack flashback, and now we're getting to the film crew flashback.
Okay, gotcha. Which chapter is that?
Chapter 65.
Oh.
65? I was around 66. Oh, no. And then, yeah, there's one of the film crews on one of the movies that he worked on. They were talking about how Vil is too perfect. And then Vil has his little rant. And then the flashback ends. And then we find out about Deuce's signature spell and all the details of it. And then Vil tries to drop out, which is the correct response. But no, they won't let him.
I get both sides because, like, yes, he should drop out, but at the same time, like, this is last minute. They don't really have time to rearrange for them missing a whole person, let alone missing
Apple
their
offers
lead.
to take the center spot.
Yeah, but then that leaves Apple's spot open.
Then bump someone, Ace, Deuce, Kalim, or Rook up to his spot.
I guess, yeah.
But now everyone's now in a new spot that they haven't been practicing
The fact that Apple is
forever.
willing to take the center spot implies to me that they have been practicing understudy positions, which they should be doing anyway.
Yeah, probably.
Fair enough.
So, yeah. Vil should have dropped out here. It just objectively, he is. It's basically he's sick. Let's put this in real world terms. He's sick. He should not be on stage. He also just massively betrayed his team's trust. And I don't get why they're willing to work with him. I wouldn't be.
Cookie's barking at something else now. I have to I'll be right back. Hold
Okay.
on. Okay. Ah, cookie.
But yeah, no, I just take out the fact that this is Vil and I already don't like him for other reasons. If I were in this scenario and somebody did this to me right before a performance, I don't even know if, like, I would be on the side of, let's just not perform. We are not in the shape to do that.
Yeah, I suppose.
So, yeah. And I know, again, I know all the arguments. I know I'm overthinking this, but, like, I'm literally a theater dance major. This is my area of expertise. Let me overthink this.
As you should. I've been
Anyway.
running around a lot.
Huh?
I've been running around a lot.
Oh, we're almost done.
I don't know if you guys brought it up, but I'm going to bring it up because I hate him. But I love how Jamil's the one who's kind of like pushing it the most. He's like, yeah, come on. You want to be him, don't you? Anyway.
Oh, yeah. Beat Neige. I mean, he would be. He knows what it's like.
And then he's like, are we just gonna pretend? Or Bill's like, are we just gonna pretend none of this happened? And Jamil's like, oh yeah, maybe.
Which again,
We just-
shouldn't.
They're like, we're not saying it didn't happen. We're just saying it can be dealt with after we go on
it
stage.
shouldn't. But okay.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, then Mally shows up,
Yay!
Melly!
and this is where we find out who he is.
We
That
love
Totaro
Melly.
is Mally. And he fixes the theater for us, basically.
I love everyone's reaction. We're just like, oh, hi,
What?
Hornton. And they're like, what the heck? You have been calling him
Yeah.
Hornton. You truly have no fear.
You're really calling this guy Hornton? Do you have a death wish?
Totaro.
I know, I can't pronounce it correctly.
Soon?
Is
Taro.
Soon? Tado.
Yeah.
Soon Tado.
There you go.
Soon Tado. I guess. But Hornton's kind of funny.
No. It sounds
No, because I know, like, in Japanese, it's so much funnier because you're like, you're calling this guy the horny boy? But, like, but, like, in English, it's just like, you're calling this guy Hornton? What the hell? It still is bad, but, like, you know,
Yeah.
it's not as nice sounding.
Yeah. Anyway, then he fixes the theater for us, and then we perform, basically. As we kind of already talked about, this is where Ethel offers to take Phil's spot. And they shouldn't even be performing at all. Yeah. And then Vil faints as soon as they get off stage, basically. Or he collapses. And then we see everyone else's reactions, and they all loved it. Yada yada.
Yay.
And then it's Nij's turn. And then we don't get to see it this time. There's no twist tune that time.
Aw.
I don't think there was in JP, at least. But then it's voting time. Yeah.
Yeah, there is no
And then it's
twist tune
voting
again.
time. And then they show everyone voting for NRC, except
I
for
hate
Rook.
this so much.
He just has ellipses. And then time's up. And RSA wins by 1 vote.
I hate that so much. Like, RSA can win, whatever. I don't care.
Yeah.
It's the one vote that I hate. This is such a big, massive event, and you're really telling me, like, I get there's probably, like, 100 votes that went to completely other different teams, but you're telling me that it was really a 1 vote difference between the winning team. It should be, like, at least 5.
I do get it, though, because it's such
I hate that so much.
In the sense of, what's the word? It's a plot thing where it's like, the villain almost wins, but then just something pushes it over the edge.
Yeah.
It was just out of reach.
It makes sense to me that it's just 1 vote.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, it happens. It does happen.
Like, I know it happens, but I, like, that's the part I don't like. And then they're just like, it was Rook! I mean, I don't like Rook anymore. Bill should have murdered Rook. That's what it...
We don't condone murder.
He should have punched him, though.
Anyway, I think we've talked enough about the ending.
He was close
already.
to. He was going to.
The only other, like, big reveal that happens is we find out that Rook is Nej's #1 fan, and then the book ends, basically.
Oh my gosh. I hate that so much. It's literally just like, he has gone to every single meet and greet. He's gotten every single photo signed. He sends letters and poems to him labeled as R, and he is number, like, 00002 on the fan club. Like, literally one other person got there before him.
Who is the one person before him? Like, I'm pretty sure it's just Nej.
The one person is probably someone who doesn't even go on the fan site anymore. Like,
you know who it might
honestly,
be? It might be Vil.
Who?
Hold on. You know how he keeps track of Nej? He does keep track of Nej. What? Well, he's been to be number with him and on everything since, like, they were kids. Cookie's just being mad because my dad's here playing with the cats and not her. So sorry about the barking in the background. But if I would assume their relationship started out good.
No,
right?
It kind of seemed from the flashback that he already didn't like him.
Yeah, but that's not the first time that happened.
I think it's always been strained. I think it was more just like a kind of, I'm gonna dislike you from the start because you got the role I wanted, and then he saw how everyone was like, Nej is so perfect, Nej is, like, so sweet, and all that, and then it just made him hate him more, especially because then he's actually seeing Nej be nice around him. But also, just going back to that, I know they're trying to place Nej as, like, a total sweetheart, but he's essentially finding out that, like, oh, this is the face of my stalker, and instead of being creeped out and calling for security or anything like that, he's just like, oh, it's so nice to put in, like, a face to the name. Next time you send me a letter, just sign your full name instead of the first letter.
That
like,
full name on the yes,
so I know what
to
put on that restraining order. And everyone else is even like, he was really chill about that. I'm kind of creeped out. You should be creeped out. They're sitting there going, like, the only thing he brought to our, like, week-long training camp, didn't bring clothes, didn't bring anything, didn't bring a phone charger. He brought a photo album filled with Nej.
I am going to go with the assumption that because we were practicing every day at Pompior, all of his shit was there, and he was not wearing the same goddamn outfit down to the socks and underwear.
What? I wasn't saying he was, but I was saying he didn't even pack a toothbrush. Like, how is that okay
Rook
with Will?
Sleeps normally. I mean, I think he sleeps in, like, 2-hour intervals, watching over people, you know?
I mean,
yeah, using, like, binoculars to gets a camera feed to Naja's bedroom.
Yeah.
If I
Probably.
remember
that creep.
correctly from like
I would not be
the
surprised.
Endless Halloween Night event, he has like a perfect internal clock. So he knows exactly what time it is when he falls asleep, and then the first thing he does when he wakes up is check his clock. So he knows exactly what time he woke up.
Freak.
I don't
That's-
know.
Why?
Huh?
You're like a bee. Bees have internal clocks.
I mean, technically everyone does. Mine is really bad.
I don't.
Mine, the amount of times I wake up multiple times during the night, and I typically go back to sleep pretty quickly. And there are so many times where I'll wake up wide awake and it's like 2, 3 a.m. And I'm like, okay, whatever, I'll fall back asleep. And then I will wake up dead tired and I'm so ready to just like roll back asleep and like not even check the time because it's still like pitch black in my room. I'm so convinced it's middle of the night and I check my watch anyway and it's like an hour to 5 minutes
Yeah.
before my alarm is gonna go off.
Cookie likes to wake.
And I'm so mad.
Cookie
I'm like,
likes
why
to wake me
can't
up a minute before my alarm. And I wake up at 3:30 in the morning to get to work.
Oof. Yikes. I could not. You're waking up before Dad. Dad
And
wakes up
I-
at 4.
This is also on me. I don't have a good sleep schedule because I'm so used to going to bed at midnight. I've been going to bed at like 11, but you know, I wake up, I throw water on my face, I take Cookie outside, I leave for work. Yeah. And then I turn on the espresso machine and I drink coffee right away.
We have 10 minutes left, and there actually is a bit more.
Yeah, you probably drinking
Yeah.
a Trente of espresso
We
over
meet RSA person. His name is Ambrose.
He's the head mage
What is
of RSA. He's Merlin.
is the 18th
That's the...
I don't know.
or the 28th?
No.
58.
L is 50.
Ambrose
It's the-
58th.
Yeah. He's the he's the 58th. Because it goes I, V, X,
Okay, yeah.
L,
Anyway,
C, M.
so they talk.
Maybe C is
they're
50.
talking. They're talking. I don't really care what they're talking about. Yeah. Oh, they're just doing. They're just doing the random.
No, L is 50.
My school is better than your school. No, my school is better than your school, but my school is better than... Yeah. We go back to Ramshackle Dorm, and we see Mickey. We see Mickey.
Woo. Okay, it's the 63rd. Ambrose the
Oof.
63rd. I believe.
Okay. We see Mickey, and we actually get a picture. What?
It's a reference to the year the Sword in the Stone
Oh,
was released.
yeah, that's
it
an-
was released in 1963.
I was remembering the X as a V. That's where I got confused. But yes, L is 50, C is 100, D is 500,
Okay.
M is 1,000.
Okay.
I just
so-
copy and pasted
looked it
his
up.
numerals into a Roman numeral translator.
We get a
Fair
ghost
enough.
picture of Mickey. Yay.
Ooh.
And then we're looking for Grim because we want to show Grim, and Mickey's still like talking to us as we're looking for him. We find him.
Yeah.
We find him outside because we can't find him inside, so we go outside and we find him, and he's searching for the stone, the blot stone, and he looks like a fucking butthole.
What?
He literally, his eyeballs look like little buttholes. Anyway, he's an actual
Okay.
monster. He's not Grim in that sense. Like, he's Grim, but he's not. And then we say Grim, and then it cuts to Igni Hyde, and it's Edie and Ortho. And Edie is talking about how good his speech went, even though, like, he didn't actually speak. And he was really proud of that. and he even was able to do the Q&A, which we're also proud of him. And then there's
And that's
even
the
one
end.
from the Olympos. Yeah, and that's the end.
Yeah.
Also, it's kind of implied because it's Grim says, "Who's there, Gur? This is my stone, rawr," and we say Grim, but Grim attacks us.
Yeah.
Rawr.
We can't see it in the wiki, but in the game they
Oh,
show
yeah.
claw marks across the screen.
Yeah.
Claw marks.
They show what across the screen?
Yeah.
And that's the end of book 5.
Oh, yeah.
And book 6 picks up
Yeah.
directly
I forgot
from
about
here.
that.
So
Yep.
I just read the wiki and I like completely forgot that we were the ones that found him, and I just assumed it was like,
no,
oh, he's
not
kidnapped
yet. That
now.
happens later.
He got snatched.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'll have to
I
actually play the
honestly,
next book.
I went through this book so fast. Like when I originally did it, I feel like I went through it really, really quick.
Book 6 is going to slow you down a lot. There's so many
Book
fights.
6 or book 5?
Yeah.
Ugh.
I have been amping up my SSR cards. Like right now, my Cater card, I'm debating between two of them that I want to use. They're both like the same, so I would use them for the same thing. But yeah, I'm debating which one I can get to a higher. I don't
Okay.
want to sit around and wait. I just want to like go through it all.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay, here's the thing. You can't just count on having one like element for each character. Like, yes, suit your teams to best match the element that they're fighting against, but like there are other enemies that you fight that have other elements. So just be careful when
yeah.
you're picking. I had to like reassign my teams like 4 times.
No, the Caters I have are Fire and Leaf, Fire and Flora. Both of them. It's his dorm and the pop music. But yeah, because
don't
it's
even
his
know what I
birthday event right now when we're recording this. I'm abusing that to my powers.
Yeah.
Also, oh my gosh, you can get like in the shop, you can get I think it's just starting now with the platinum, but you can get like a birthday bundle and it comes with a birthday present that you give them in the room for like points, and I don't know, it's really nice.
Oh,
I like it. Yes, present. I can give him a little birthday present.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right,
I'm excited to give everyone birthday presents.
Yeah. Do we have anything else to talk about with book 5? I think I've ranted enough about it.
Yeah. No.
I don't think so. I think we covered
Do
everything.
you want to call it? Or
Alright, Bye.
bye?